I guess. Well, oh, like craptions. Jeez. Jeez. What was that game that we played? You have to use the controller, Kesh. You were clicking it with the mouse? Okay. I was worried. Okay. You can just see the mouse wiggling around. No one else gets to see the mouse, but I do. Yeah. 2 minutes of is F is T. Most words don't have ones in them if you're the person who did the captions for Juan. Very few English words have the number one in them. Yeah, probably. Is Kayshurr's mute? Is it just me? Oh no! Just hearing half a conversation. Sorry now. Thanks for telling us that. Oh, the captions didn't work because you weren't saying anything. I was just imagining it. I understand. All makes sense now.
It's because VoiceMod decided that it didn't wanna work. I am now registering as saying things. Captions are now working. Thank you, Nem, for pointing that out. How awkward would this stream have been had it just been Fruity's commentary? Y'all can see me emoting and doing stuff, but you have no idea what I'm saying. It's just
Can see you becoming the Joker, but not hear you becoming the Joker.
All you need to do is hear it. It's you don't or see it, not hear it. What is happening? What am I saying? Words. Alright. Well, I'm glad we got that figured out. That's great. I'm just gonna hop on over here. We're just gonna start playing this dang game. No, not that one. That's the wrong save. I don't want to go back 5 hours. Please. Do you have a Lamia?
We could do it so much better the second time. Let's restart the whole game.
Let's not. I do have a Lamia sitting with me. She's very happy. She's happy now that she's been saved from the downstairs that she went to on her own. The situation that she put herself into.
Do we get to pick a level? We don't have to go to the school?
I think so, but the question is, should we go to the school and just get it done with?
Well, I already got the guy down for that level.
Alright, then it's a
I know about the bullshit sub-objective.
School it is. It's Reiko, right?
Yeah.
Reiko is... Is Reiko his teacher?
And Harumi is the, like, 6-year-old.
Horrible teleporting child.
Mrs. Staccato, I'm scared.
Oh
Where
my
is
God.
everybody?
It's okay.
Alright,
The
I'm gonna have
principal will save
Lamia
us.
in
He
my
won't be
lap
long
for
now.
as long as possible.
But until then, we have to keep
But-
going, okay?
I have to cross my legs, which is great because it keeps my feet off the floor, but it makes my tootsies go numb.
The sub-objective for this level is we need to get Harumi to the 3-4 grade classroom. And then tell her to hide in the cupboard, and then not ever tell her to get out. But when we go to the faculty room, there'll be an extra cutscene. After picking up the key to the gymnasium where Reiko acquires the candles.
Okay, so 3-4?
Yeah.
Oh, her sniffling scared me.
We just need to put her there and then forget about her. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm very pleased about that, actually.
It's the time where she teleports where it's good instead of horrible.
Yeah. Okay. What? I guess I should probably look on our map where 3-4 is.
It's downstairs.
It's downstairs.
Yeah.
That's a downstairs thing. Okay. Really? Let's go in here, okay?
Apparently this level plays basically the same. Oh, do you want the hint for this?
Yeah.
How about that?
What is that?
How do I bring up the pinned messages? I don't know how to use computer.
There should be, at the top of the screen, there should be like a little, like, thumbtack.
Found it.
You can click on that and it'll show all the pinned messages, which I should probably, while I'm thinking about it, I should pin that stupid video. Alright, now we can see the end of the Worm trilogy at some point. No one else will understand what that means, and you know what? That's okay. They don't.
Well, they should have been coming to the dang horror fest then. Then they'd know.
It's true. It's true. Get all the good worm deets then.
When you have a quiet moment, can I ask what time it is in the game?
Yes, of course.
Sorry,
Yes,
I thought it
of
said in
course.
the guide and it doesn't.
It is 2:18.
Pay attention to the crouching man. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's it. Unless it's pay attention to the man on the roof and the informer, but I don't think there's any men on the roof.
I think that one was for the radio. Vaguely remember that one because it like involved the fire tower, and there was the man on the roof who would shoot, who we were afraid was going to shoot us. And the informer was like, was whoever was making the school announcement or whatever. I remember that one.
Well, we got a bad game FAQs guide for help.
Yeah,
We don't want no
yeah.
backseat things.
We're good, thank you. But welcome in. How's it going? It's bad here.
We're just looking up the sub-objectives and using the manual hints to try and work out the second missions.
Yeah. For the most part, like, we've done fairly well. Where is she? Child?
She's
Child!
incredibly slow. She's probably on her way.
Okay, there she is. Oh, God. Well, welcome in, Lorna Veo? I don't know if that's how you say your username, but hi! Don't shout. I need to not shout. I should also not be out in the open. Yeah,
We are trying to sub-objective.
Okay.
And we're trying to do mission 2.
That's us. That's upstairs.
The dude on the patrol on this floor, it does like a huge patrol, right? He like looks in every nook and cranny.
Yeah, I was just trying to find him so I could like mark him off.
Yeah. It's real bad.
Yeah. We can get him once he goes into a bathroom. But
Yeah, you could do.
I want Child to come with, but I'm scared to bring her with me.
Oh, right, you don't have a weapon until you get to the hole.
Yeah. So maybe we let him do his thing for a minute.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah. We'll let him go down the hallway. Once he comes back around and turns away
Goes
from
checking
3,
the rooms at some point, though, right?
I think so. 3, 4 is where we're trying to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's great. I don't have to go nearly as far as I thought we did. So as soon as he turns away from the stairs, we'll start wiggling down, go into 3, 4, maybe close the door, and tell Lady to hide. And then go about our business!
They have such wiggly patrols.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Are we good to go? Oh,
No, because he's gonna turn around.
oh
Then
yeah.
He's gonna
you're
go
right.
into the classroom. I remember his patrol.
Yeah,
For the
you
most
got this.
part.
Yeah, this one took us a while.
Oh my god, this one was horrible.
That's the locker, I think, where we need to tell the baby to hide.
Teleporting child to go hide in.
Yeah.
Bad teleporting child.
That's why we need our little X-Man.
Hi, Mommy. I'll just take this time to pet my kitty cat. Tell her that she's perfect, even when she's being silly. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, and then we can start... What? No!
Guy.
Just end
Go
me.
away.
Just end me.
Oh, he's wiggling you.
Yeah, I just want him to kill me.
Horrible.
Girl was gonna get caught if he came up here. There was no way that we weren't gonna get caught. So we might as well just give up now.
If he's focused on you, you can probably spend 5 minutes running around to try and lose him, but I don't know.
With Harumi with us, it's not gonna happen. They're gonna turn their attention to her at one point, and then it's just gonna be over.
Yeah,
Once
this is
she's
a lot
hiding.
easier
Yeah.
if you can just leave her on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have we told her to follow us?
No.
I'll remember that. You have to do that at the start of every level with an escort.
It's
It's horrible.
Okay, come here. Let's go. Harumi. Mommy, I'm gonna have to set you down soon. I'm already incredibly uncomfortable.
Too much cry.
Nah, she's perched on my knee. Like, I've got my legs crossed, right? So I can offer her as much lap as she possibly could want. But she is, like, perched on my knee. And it's making my hip, like, fall out of place. It's not good!
Just casually dislocating your hip.
Yeah, basically. There's just enough extra weight on, like, a weird point on my leg that it's not going well. Give her another minute or so, but you know, we're gonna have to put the cat on the floor pretty soon. Get me in there. All right, let's go, kid. Let's get going. Time to go.
Watch out, because the baby crouched too, and I don't know where she is.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I remember all the weird moves about the Ascot AI. That'll be my job.
Remind me of all the wiggliness of the AIs. It's appreciated. Okay, there's Gunman.
Hey, when you click crouch in this, the AI also crouches. It doesn't matter if they're anywhere near you. It doesn't matter if they can see you. They just crouch and start walking real slow.
Okay, hold on a second. Lamia, I love you so much, my sweet stinky cat. I love you so dang much.
I love you, but you hit my knees.
Yeah, got those big purrs though. Now she's doing karate. Hi. I'm gonna set you down on the floor, okay? My best girl. I love you. This doesn't mean I don't love you. Oh, my hip. I love you. Don't beep at me.
Aww.
Also, grip it and rip it. I'm sad that you can't hear him over Discord anymore.
I'll just have to do my own.
Grip it and rip it. Oh.
I had that there until you told me there'd been a grip it and rip it.
Sometimes we just gotta grip and rip. Very close at the same time. It's fine. Okay, sorry. I was also, I realized I didn't have our co-op timer on for the bot. So people didn't know to follow you, but they know now. They know now.
Yeah, weird stuff. My streams are weird.
They're
I'm playing Final Fantasy 2 on the NES.
that is questionable.
Well, it's my favorite game.
The favoriteest game? Mama. Just aggressively patting at the litter mat in the corner of the room now.
Oh.
Great. Savannah's so grumpy. Yeah, she's the grumpiest. I love her so much. Oh my goodness. I need this man to go.
Yeah.
Like, this would be... He's off doing his own thing for so long, but it's exactly where I need to be. Whoa.
He's got a very long patrol, and an awful lot of his extremely long patrol is very in the way.
Yeah.
And we have the slowest child ever in the history of slow children to...
Honestly, though.
Her legs do not know how to be as long as yours.
Going?
So that's a bad spot. You can't be there.
There he goes. I swear to God, if this child is lagging behind still, I am going to scream. Child. No.
Why are you still on the stairs? She's so slow. Okay, you cannot crouch walk for that, because she is so slow she's basically not moving.
Yep.
Do we have to do this after we've done the stuff in the gym? Because, like, I don't know how we could get the kid into the room when all the enemies are still up.
Let's try one more time.
Wait, no, because it says when you're in the faculty room is when the cutscene plays.
The new cutscene?
Yeah, where you get the stuff. She's so slow.
Oh! God, sorry. Seeing the inside of their heads is unfortunate. Can we just sneak by? Do I not have to do the alarm? Why did I think I had to do the alarm?
It's very busy with his hammering.
Yeah. Yeah. Just over there making all the noises.
Do you think we can regular walk till we get in the classroom, and then we can run, and the baby will run, and maybe what make enough noise that he turns around? Question mark.
Maybe.
Crouch walking is just not an option. She's too slow.
Honestly, though.
Small
She
child,
gets,
please.
She gets
This is
stuck on
horrible.
corners. That's what it is. I mean, she's
Is
also
it?
just incredibly slow, but I think she's also getting stuck on the corners.
No, we can't fix that. We don't
No.
have a move for that.
I can't go wide or anything. It's just, this is just what happens. Coming out? Oh god, no, 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 no!
Child, why have you done this? As long as he's focused on you, I don't think he'll go after the kid, so we might be able to lure him somewhere convenient.
Come here. No,
No.
no, no. No.
She followed you, that's why.
This is horrible. This is horrible. This is actually horrible.
Yeah, this child is horrible.
I hate this kid. Can we get rid of this child?
Having to deal with the kid. Then she pushed you in front of him. She's working with the Chibito.
Yeah, yeah. This kid is going to be the actual death of me. Oh my god.
Keeps doing it.
Oh, their gummies are so awful because it's just their face, but wide. It's terrible. I hate it. I hate their stupid wide inside faces. Get me out
Got
of
eyes on the
here.
inside. And noses on the inside, and mouths on the inside.
Faces on the inside. Gotta figure out when we're gonna do a bloodborne gummy hunt. Gotta figure it out. Okay, go. Okay, go.
There's not that many. Like living characters you meet in Bloodborne, right? But there's definitely some
Nah, but the ones that
some
are
good
there
gummies in there, yeah.
have incredibly good gummies. The dolls gummies, horrific.
Oh no.
Like, I mean, like, you know how in Elden Ring some of the gummies had, like, extra, like, pupils and stuff, like, on the inside of the head? So, you know, it just was like they had full orbs inside their brain, and it was weird. She has that, but she has, like, tiny, weird, fucked up pupils on the inside of her head.
But why?
I don't know. I don't know. Not sure.
We know you're in there, man. I can see you lurking.
It's right there. I swear to God, kid, if you push me...
She did a little bit. If you try and move right up to the corner and she's in the way, you like bounce off each other, and then she eats you out a little bit around the corner.
Terrible. Horrible child.
This immovable object cannot be shoved.
Bad.
Cannot be made to go any faster in any way. By the time you get to where you're going, she'll be stood at the bottom of the stairs for some reason.
Child moves at her own pace. You cannot force her to go faster.
Real
Unlike
bad.
the blind girl, she is in no rush at all to do anything.
My girl's pretty bad too.
Yes.
She's always looking for the worst possible place to put herself.
Look at me properly. I was waiting
Yeah, and then she
forever.
nagged you.
Hurry up.
Who was the one we got real mad at though?
Yoriko.
Fucking Yoriko.
Horrible. Horrible creature. Miserable, awful, ID losing, garbage. Blood drinking garbage student. Hater. Hater. Okay, are you... Come with me.
I think we gotta walk rather than crouch walk, because I don't think
No.
we need her to move.
But I want to start getting down where we need to go.
Yeah, I
Maybe
can
if-
see.
Maybe if I can encourage her down this way.
She go now. No. Maybe. Run. Maybe.
Hide. What do
You
you mean
need
it's
her
too
to-
small? Oh my God.
That was you hide. For some reason, there's an option for you to hide, and she'll always say, "No,
Oh.
no room."
Sorry. Okay. Great. Great. We've done it.
Yeah.
Hooray!
You did the thing.
Ah, now we don't have to worry about her at all ever again. Hopefully. I don't want to deal with her.
Just gotta do the stuff in the gym.
But I have to go to...
Yeah, we've just gotta get to the faculty room, right? That's
Yeah.
Then we get the key to the gym.
Yeah. He's turned around. I didn't want him to see me.
And then we get Crowbar and have to fight the bad teacher.
He's at
Keeps
least
Go.
manageable. Okay. Okay.
I need to find some kind of tool.
Child!
Harumi! I'll look for a tool to
She
break
won't.
this. Now you stay right here, okay? I'll be right back.
Do I have to put her back in the
Okay,
closet?
I'll wait for you.
When we get keys, we should also get chalk. This was supposed to happen according to the guide. This was prophesized.
I'm not sure. I got key to the gym.
Mrs.
Oh,
Kato,
okay.
Look at this.
Okay, acceptable. We got
Did
objective
it.
2 for Reiko.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Idiot child. Can't do anything about her, so I'll just blind her a few times.
I think Child is quiet. Child might be quiet.
Maybe.
Maybe she has that going for her. They can't hear her footsteps because she's so light.
No, but they can see her because she's so slow.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So, you know, don't... No, he's going back into the bathrooms? Oh!
Gunman, please.
Gunman. This is fine. You know what? It's fine. Because we can run into the gym from here. We've done this one. We know how to do this one.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do want to see where he is. He's in a bathroom. Great.
Nice.
Unlock the door.
Did follow us in once, and that did cause some problems later.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sure it'll be fine this time.
Luckily, we're strong as fuck, and we can just let him shoot us and still be fine.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Don't run into wall.
We are going to run into wall.
Why does lady run into wall like that?
Sometimes you just gotta smash your face into a wall to remind yourself that you're alive and that you can still feel, despite everything actively conspiring against you. Okay.
Cool touch. You can actually hear that in the in the tavern level.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to go up to the tower and listen to it like a couple minutes into the stage it plays. I like it.
Yeah. I really appreciate the little touches this game has as far as that's concerned, because it really does sort of like help you piece together when things are happening. Like, timestamps are awesome, but you definitely don't remember those nearly as much as, like, you know, the events.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, timestamps like you look at afterwards to try and put things in a perspective, but
Oh, hey, I hit
that
you?
was a heck of a move. Get off!
What the fuck?!
They were just invulnerable! Ridiculous!
I hit them off a ladder. They shouldn't have been able to hit me as quickly as they did.
No, they definitely shouldn't. And then they just were impervious.
Yo. That's fine. We should have a checkpoint here. This is great.
Yeah.
I don't mind this up until after the gym.
If we don't still have the chalk, I might become the Joker.
You might.
Possibly.
You might. Who was it? It was
I have genuinely no idea.
Reiko. Was it Reiko?
I think so. We ain't unlocked any more Reiko levels though, so we won't be able to see.
True. Okay, items? Archive? That's too much Yoriko shit in my bag. Photo, idol found in the Buddhist altar. Medical records. I don't see them.
I cannot find anything on Google. So it's probably fine, right?
Here's hoping.
It's probably fine.
Here's hoping. I'm gonna be very upset if it's not.
We were probably gonna die anyway.
Yeah, but
It would be very rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a siren.
Yeah. Hey, remember how Siren's like really rude sometimes?
It said on the screen we unlocked it. You don't tell someone that on the screen unless you mean it.
I'm hoping that because it was a checkpoint and not like a full reload, that it'll be fine. I'm hoping. But also... No!
Gunman should not be allowed to come in here.
Yeah, but he's a terrible shot.
Let's...
Are you
Never mind,
shitting
he
me?
just got the headshot. Gunman, this isn't the place for you. This is...
Gunman, you have to be out in the
This
hallway.
is not your room. You live in that corridor.
It's illegal for you to be in here. It is actually illegal for you to be in here.
Mrs. Staccato, what did you do?
Picked up a key. This is horrible. So very bad. I don't want to be here anymore.
Fucking level.
It's a horrible level. Like, I don't know. I just want confirmation that we still have the chalk or the candles or whatever the fuck that was that the girl gave us. I just want to not have to chase her down ever. I want Gunman to go away. I want... You know what, if he just wants
You
to...
had completed sub-objectives or picked up archives during the level and then retry, the game will forget you ever got them.
Ah! Okay. Great. 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 I love this. Great. This is perfect. Great.
It's fine. We'll do that later.
Great.
We'll do it later. And we can do mission 1, and it's quicker, and we've already... Apparently mission 2, you need to do stuff in the gymnasium and then just finish the level normally. So we'll finish mission 2, and then we'll come back to this one. Oh, we could switch if you want. That's fine. Everything's fine.
I hate this
Maybe
level.
we can devise a system to stop Gunman from coming into the wrong room.
I hate this
Imagine
level.
that.
No, I hate this level. This level... This level is the devil?
This level's fucking horrible.
I am ready for this level to not exist anymore.
Seems like if Gunman hits you when you go through the door, he won't follow you into the gym. But if he misses, he'll be mad and he'll come after you for longer. And then he'll get locked in the gym when the guy comes in.
So bad. It's so bad.
It's not great.
No.
Leave. Don't come in. Not allowed. No! He walked in.
I know he did.
This is horrible. Gunman!
Same. I hate it here.
You have to do the level in one go, but if Gunman just decides to go into the gym, that's a fail state that you cannot
It's just
control.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, you just lose.
If I get Gunman to come in here.
That might work. Or it might not. Maybe he's just gonna stay in his spot. Okay, this is a strat.
We lure Gunman into classroom, and then I just book it to the crowbar.
Yeah, and then hopefully Gunman chills the fuck out and doesn't come into the gym.
Gunman will never chill out.
Chill out, Gunman.
Gunman will never chill out, calm down, slow his roll, hold his horses, none of that. He won't do any of that. Okay.
Good news though. Apparently EG will never wake up until you've left the gym once.
Oh, really?
So if as long as we're pissing around in here doing whatever we're supposed to do, paying attention to the crouching man, we'll be fine.
Great.
specifically from EG. We don't have to deal with him every 12 seconds. We have to let them be patient and let them get off the ladder, or they become superhuman.
Yeah, I know. Come over here, away from any wall or anything that could. Why?
But, ma'am, you have a knife and I have a crowbar. Mine should hit before yours does.
I am so very angry. Why is everything shit here?
Bad school.
It's a horrible school! I'm gonna burn it down. I'm gonna pull a white day and just burn the school down. Wait, I haven't played that game on stream. Never mind, no one gets that reference. Ah!
Oh, are you the Crouching Man? We heard fables of the Crouching Man. Why are we paying attention to you?
You got anything on you? That's a flashlight. Okay. I've paid attention to Crouching Man. Are you,
Now you have to just finish the level normal, eh?
are you shitting me right now?
You did it. Good job. You paid attention to the Crouching Man.
Heavy attack!
Yo, you have a big whacker.
We can go, yeah! Smack him real hard.
We can two-hand the crowbar. Can we power stance if we get 2 crowbars?
Yeah! That'd be very good. I'd be very happy with that. Oh.
We
Yeah!
unlock the door. Can we open it? No. Do the level normally.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to, like, finish this in its second form.
Just the same as always, I guess.
Yes, oh. Unlock door.
It's just extra steps. If we die, we might want to switch to another level, because this level's piss.
I
We know she's
yes.
either in the bathroom or in the library. Gunman's behind you.
God, yeah.
Guess we're checking the library first this time. It's fine.
Can you swing? I hit X! Okay. Alright. Alright. What
No
level should we
different
do?
level. This were a bad level to start the stream with.
What level do you want to do?
Anyone. It's fine. Just get us out of this bad school.
Oh, give up means just
Yeah.
go back to the menu. Okay, I understand. What's this? Kyoya's second one? What's your second objective? What's your second objective, buddy? It's 2:28 a.m.
It's blown up onto the roof.
You've blown up onto the roof.
That's the hint.
Yeah.
Blown up onto the roof.
Well, obviously, you used your creepypasta voice. Unless that's just how you talk now.
Blood.
Maybe it is. It's just how I talk now.
Oh no. Okay, reach the road or find the letter. Blown up on the roof?
Oh,
This red water is now coursing through your veins.
The hint is also part of the description of the
place.
level.
Of all the blood you lost.
Alright.
Close your eyes.
I don't want to! Okay, yeah, haha, cool, great!
There is a sub-objective here.
Okay, alright.
Key on a counter outside the
Where do you think
tobacconist
you're going?
on the side of the broken bridge.
On the side of the broken bridge. Okay.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Ma'am, I know how to do this!
I don't believe you have to do the tutorial when you replay the level. Even though you have to replay the level.
Do you see yourself?
No, I don't, because you don't exist, ma'am!
Where is lady? Lady, where is?
Whatever.
Be careful. It will be a while until you can move freely.
No, I'm moving.
There you go.
Don't shout. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Blown on top
Easy
of the
one.
roof. I'm gonna get shot.
They have guns.
I think I saw a rifleman.
Oh, gross.
That's locked.
Oh, we could have checked up on the, Oh no, the towel's not in there yet, right?
Not yet, no. It's a fire tower, but there's nothing really there.
You can't get from the fire tower to any of the roofs, right?
Nah. We can... There was a way for, like, the priest to get up onto Ishikawa's house, but I don't
Yeah,
think
I
we have the
needed a-
barrel here.
Yeah, I needed the bucket.
Yeah.
Have we ever been to Rukaku's house?
No.
We can check it out.
Yeah. Ah! Shit. I thought that was lady.
Alright, we're being chased, I remember.
I thought it was lady, and then it very much was not lady. No! Don't wiggle me!
I like that you can just ignore the tutorial, lady, for this version of the level.
Right?
Just go jogging off.
Like,
Oh, here. That looks climbable.
it's definitely climbable. There it is!
It blew up onto the roof.
Blew up onto the roof. We got it.
New level? Question mark?
A letter.
Hopefully? Letter addressed to Risa? Mission 2 accomplished! I like ones that just end after I find an item.
Yeah, don't need you to then finish the level normally. Like, with a bunch of extra garbage you have to do after a checkpoint.
Right? Right. Let's continue. Let's continue. What's next? Risa.
We have already done mission 1 of this.
Mm-hmm. It is 4 a.m. at the abandoned
This
house.
is a dream. What is this?
Oh, it's the abandoned house. Discover the mana cross.
About Risa Amda, she's somewhat unique among the main characters due to her low endurance. She takes more damage than any other adult character and is unable to survive more than a few hits by the Shibito. She also dies after 1 shot.
Wow! She fucking sucks!
She's interesting in that she's terrible.
Yeah! Yes! Correct! Yes, you're right!
Oh, what's the hint? Forgot to check.
I gotta
What's
know. I have to find the cross. What's my hint for finding cross? It's 4 a.m., by the way.
There's only one at 4 a.m.
Oh, great.
It only blooms at night. The tool is on the second floor.
Okay.
We worked out we could get up to the second floor the first time. There was just nothing to do up there, right?
Yeah. Correct.
It only blooms at night, though. There's also 2 sub-objectives. I think we did one of them. I can't remember.
I genuinely don't know. Lady!
We did the... So one of them's for pushing a marker, and one of them's for finding a key on a doghouse. I remember the doghouse. The camera whooshes around when you go near it. We definitely did that.
I found the twine in the doghouse. I don't remember a key, though.
Oh, well, apparently there's a key.
We can double check it.
Walk behind the doghouse and use the list menu to pick up a key that's hidden from sight. Okay, so when you get near the doghouse, instead of picking up the item that you can see, you use your third eye to see the hidden item that's behind the doghouse from the fixed camera angle.
Yeah, but there are 2 dudes here now, which is...
Yeah, there's an
incredibly
extra guy when you beat the
unfortunate.
level. And it's a laughing guy. And I hate him.
Laughing guy and groaning man. I'm gonna jump on you, sir. Never mind, you're gonna punch me.
Now we're a bad Mario stomp. That were a bad Ezio Auditore takedown.
Also, I saw the key. Okay. Spare key to Siren Shack.
And in the kitchen of the abandoned house, there's a secret compartment in the floor that can be opened with the list menu, of course.
Don't go in there, a man is chasing me.
Yeah.
Stop running into walls, you fool!
Lady, please. If you graze up against the wall, you don't have to stop completely. It's fine, you can just keep going.
Listen.
Oh. It's the lads.
Let the lads go.
We did push over a marker before, but it was with Gun Grandad, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
The only marker we've shoved.
Yes. Gun Grandad said, "Fuck this marker." Excuse me. Risa. Risa, I need you to get off the roof. Okay. I see it.
Once you know it's there, that's fairly obvious. It's just that you need to know it's there.
Right? Alright,
You need
marker.
to be expecting to look for a trapdoor.
Never happened. Button pushed! Reiko Takato day 1. Great. Does this mean we can finish Reiko's mission now? Okay, but I have to get back up to the roof, right?
Yeah, it said that were what we were doing, right?
Yeah. But the door was locked there?
It said, hang on, what was the thing?
It said the tools are upstairs or something like that. It only blooms at night, and I think it means the red flower that we have seen previously on a piece of paper.
Okay. Yeah,
But I
where the
haven't-
tool is on the second floor.
Yeah. But
Did we, like, piss around up there and just click on everything?
not this time around.
We could give that a go, and then
Yeah.
think harder if that doesn't work.
Hi, Emmy.
Amy!
I just want these goobers to go away. Okay. How's it going, friend? How are you doing?
It's a lot trickier when instead of one guy, there's two guys.
Can't do my wonderful little I'm gonna follow behind you trick that I did last time.
Yeah, I love
Where
that.
I just
That was great.
followed behind man. Nice. No. You don't know that I'm here.
Oh, we can jump. He fucking checks the roof, this extra boy. Horrible. Awful.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get up there because he's lost sight of me. Right?
Oh, did he see you? I didn't think he'd seen you. I thought they were just patrol.
No, he definitely saw me.
Okay.
Okay, go away! Fuck off now!
Bye-bye. See you, man.
I said piss off!
Go away.
Oh my god.
Man, leave.
Sir, you don't get to... I have the high ground! You can't beat me here! Go!
Is he broke?
He's broken.
Is that where he lives now?
That's where he lives now.
That's not too bad if he's stuck there forever.
But I'm pretty sure if I jump back across, he's gonna see me.
Yeah, but if he comes for you, you can jump back over. And then when he when he jumps across, you can also jump across.
What if he
And then
clotheslines
you're on the right
me
side.
as I'm jumping back over? Just puts his arm out and knocks me off the roof.
Then he'll have the high ground, so then we have to worry.
Yeah.
He's definitely broken. This has been like 5 minutes of him just standing completely still.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a second, because I think other man just came through? No, he's seen me. He's wiggling.
Is it that guy who saw you?
It's that guy. That guy on the standing right there. I don't know if he can...
The Stuckman saw you.
Stuckman saw me.
What is the deal with Stuckman?
I think he's stuck.
Can we talk about Stuckman?
More people need to talk about Stuckman, okay?
I don't know why no one's talking about Stuckman. Definitely something wrong with Stuckman.
Pick up.
Gonna do some gardening.
It's gardening time.
If that guy's actually stuck there, this is actually really helpful. Now there's just one guy again.
Right? Okay, I need to figure out where...
Stuckman?
Hello?
Still stuck.
Stuckman
Good
is
to know.
still stuck. Okay. Okay. Where?
Can we not get down because of Stuckman? Oh, I thought we were gonna climb up. Scared me for a minute, Stuckman. Oh.
Ah!
Eh,
I don't know where I'm supposed to dig!
this is fine.
Not there!
We're learning. We're crossing things off the list of possible places to dig.
Oh, I am scared. I am very, very scared. Not there. That's not it. Stuckman has gotten down.
That's horrible. This is a tragedy. Ah. Oh my god. It sounded so close.
They are patrolling in the same direction at the same pace now.
We can do the walking around behind them strat.
Yes. We're gonna, no.
Oh. Classic Stokeman.
Stuckman.
Such a Stokeman move.
Horrible. Just terrible. I hate it here. Everything is incredibly bad here.
Is there
This
anything
flash-
next to the blood pool, by the way?
Possibly. Hold on, what's it? It's locked.
I did think it was kind of weird that there was nothing to do with the blood pool on the first row.
I also thought it was weird.
It's like, why do you get a blood pool installed if you're not going to even do anything with it,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
use it.
Yeah.
It's a waste. Why would
Is
you?
it just for if some passerby gets thirsty, they can stop at the blood pool? Hmm, maybe not.
Man, it
Why
is
would we
coming
dig
back
the blood
around.
pool?
Hold on.
How would we dig a blood pool? Is this even a thing?
I can dig a blood pool. Have you considered digging a blood pool?
This level, it wasn't even bad that bad the first time we did it, but now there's an extra guy.
It's just the fact that their patrols overlap. That really just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Makes looking around a little difficult. You know what? We got this. I wish my flashlight did literally anything. Because even with it on,
Yeah. It's foggy out.
it's bad. Red plant?
Looking for flowers that only bloom at night.
Hello? Blood? Blood, do you only bloom at night?
Can blood bloom on the battlefield?
Maybe. There's a man with a gun down there. There's a man with a flashlight there.
Is there like a tiny little plant on that like post behind you? I thought there were like a single flower. No, and it's over there.
Possibly.
We can't like go check it now. A bit.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
This game is very specific and very difficult. Don't walk out there, you fool.
Look at that wide stance.
Anything to keep people from passing by. It's just
Got
like
the sharp knees going, like the butts are in croc.
no.
I think that's just normal foliage.
I think it is. This is horrible.
I can look it up if you want. I just
If we could look up what I'm supposed to be looking for, not necessarily its location just yet. I don't know. I am concerned.
I'm very confused.
Yeah?
It just says what to do, but I don't know where you.
What
It's
does
one of
it
those
s-
where it looks
what
like
does
you
it
need to
say?
just know where you do a thing rather than work
Okay.
out how to do a thing.
Alright, where is it? What is it? Let's
Well,
go.
it says use the trowel near the blood pool. Bring up the list menu next to blood pool. Dig
Okay.
something up. But, like, we did. We tried that.
What if
There's
we tried
nothing
it again?
obviously there that you can dig. And also, we did also try just bringing the menu up out of desperation.
Yeah.
Just one
Let's-
specific spot somewhere around the pool that's completely unmarked.
That's fine. Knowing where to look is good. So we'll go back to the blood pool and try and find the one pixel they want us to hang out in.
What does it only blooms at night mean? What do you mean? I thought we were looking for a plant.
It's the blood. The blood only blooms at night, apparently. Oops. Oh. Blood bloom.
Blood bloom.
Alright, go! Go! I need you to go a little faster, and then go really slow after you've passed me, okay?
When we got a trowel and then it only blooms at night, I was like, right, obviously we're digging up a plant for some reason.
Right?
Yeah?
Well, and again, there was that piece of paper that had, like, that red plant on it.
Yeah, that would
So
make
it's
sense.
It's like, alright, cool, we're gonna do some late night gardening. Fantastic.
We're just out for a garden. Yeah, I don't think we'd have worked this out. We have to be facing a specific way? Is the guide wrong? Making sure no Shibitas nearby. Drop down to ground level. Use list menu next to blood-covered pool at the yard to dig something up. It's... Is lie? Oh, there is that big patch of weird dirt next to it. Maybe that's it. Or maybe it's not. Maybe the red flower was inside every one of us? I need a video guide for this one.
That's fine. You do that. I'm gonna wait for these guys to pass by. And then I'm gonna look at the blood pool again. Because I am a little lost. And a little confused.
Yeah, we haven't had the guide just lie to us before. This is new.
Guide, why lie? Why lie, guide? Guide, why lie?
Okay.
Maybe if I have my light on. I found it!
Oh my god.
It is to the left of the blood pool, behind a bush.
Yeah, that one we're just gonna work out, alright?
Absolutely not.
That's one for Uncle Nintendo to know.
Thanks, Uncle Nintendo. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. My god.
Tamon, you say? Is this new Tamon?
It better be new Tamon. Oh, I've just spilled
New
all
Tamon
over
content.
myself. I'm so excited for Tamon. I've just spilled water all over me.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Look
Because
at
I
this.
filled up my glass too much. I got greedy for water.
I made this mark when I was a child.
Tamon,
do
you
mean?
lived in this shithole?
So you
I was born in this village.
Ew.
I was raised here.
You're the
until
only
my
cool thing that
parents
came
were
out of
killed
it.
in an accident. What a homecoming. Look, I'm sorry to get you involved in this.
It's not your fault. I decided to follow you.
I am gonna scream because Yoriko is here. Yes! You fucking finally! Holy shit! Thank you, game!
I mean, oh no, what a tragedy. Poor Yoriko.
No! No! Perfect! Beautiful! I love it! Don't... No, she's fine.
Professor, I've been shot, right?
Get out of here, Yoriko! Just die already!
I feel
Oh wait,
feel
she's drunk the blood,
a
hasn't
bit
she?
strange.
Yeah.
Am I going to die?
I drank the blood of the people, but the people were on
or
drugs,
will I
and now
turn into a
we're a
monster as
Shabito!
well? Oh,
Yoriko, your body can't take any more red water. I'm gonna get him. Stay here.
She was too full of blood anyway, it's fine. She's just losing some excess.
Too full of blood.
She stocked up like a Kage. Right.
She knew that she was gonna get shot, and so she's like, I gotta prep for this. That's why she drank the blood. I hate
I
it.
do like that Tammon's missions are all like, just fucking kill a man.
Right?
Find Brian and end him.
Very good. Okay, suspension bridge is over there.
Want an action film about Tammon?
I would watch it. I would absolutely watch it. 100%. Where?
Why is there a puddle marked?
Puddle. Oh, I think that's the puddle that has
Oh.
the electric, like the wire in it.
Right.
I vaguely
sense.
remember this map. We've only done this map like once.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. Hey, no yawns. Hey.
For a little bit of a yawn.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Not
Just
yet.
a little one. Just a quick one.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay. I mean, I guess you can yawn if you want.
Should probably try to avoid it.
I hear a Brian with a Y.
Oh no.
I have been spotted. Who has spotted me?
Brian, is it you?
Okay. Brian, I'm
Could
not here.
scan him to see if it's him.
Who's
No, I
got
tell
us?
if it's
It
a flying
is.
man.
It 100% is.
Eh? There's a flying guy there.
I wanted to like get up there so I could kind of better gauge where everything was. But
Sniper is up there somewhere. There's also a flying man.
he is.
He's looking
Brian
at
with
the
a Y
stairs.
is right above stairs. He is over here.
Could shoot him, but it's tricky because it's hard to get Tammon to point at them.
Very wiggly.
I think he
There's
backed
a
off a
snipe.
bit. I don't know which direction the sniper's in though.
Sniper is over there.
Okay, yeah, let's get away from sniper for now.
Ah!
Oh Jesus!
I can cross the puddle now. Puddle is no longer electrified.
Puddle is meaningless.
Puddle ain't got shit on us.
Remove this puddle from my map. It has no power over me now.
Control power for the panel doesn't seem to be operational. Okay, great. Not an issue for me then. What's down here?
I think we have to get around behind the sniper is what we're trying to do. Someone very small somewhere in the building. Someone... There's a grounded Shibito here.
I'm scared. We're trying to make the suspension bridge inoperable. Impassable, even. I think there's
Oh?
Yes, I think there's a guy up there. I think that's where Tiny Grounded Shibito is. Okay.
Scurrying.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Sorry if you can hear coughing, man. He's really doing it.
I could hear something, but it wasn't obvious that it was coughing.
Yeah, if it sounded like zombie sounds in the background, that's just coughing, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Man, why
Not
have we
worry.
done this?
We're gonna set it on fire
But
somehow. Because this is the suspension bridge.
Why do we hit bridges?
Ah! We found the weird, horrible Shibito that was making noises. I need a lighter.
Noises, but they're not that bad?
Nah. I mean, they could definitely be worse, that's for sure.
I shouldn't say because, yeah. What if? What if it gets worse?
For now, they're fine. Small generator, all of its fuel has been used up. That's fine.
Makes sense. We did that.
We did, in fact, do that. But is there like a lighter or something here I can have? Can we just find a couple of rocks and bash those together? Maybe?
Is there... thing's still on fire on the other side. Can we push over there?
Oh!
It probably ain't, right? It's been a day.
Does not appear that anything is directly in front of me. So, before we fully get over here, there might be more flares or something.
Possible?
Scrap material has been stuffed into the steel drum.
No, it didn't really do much in the first place, did it? It just kinda...
Did keep that one Shibito distracted.
Yeah, he really liked it. It was his favourite thing, but... there is a hose.
Is Grounded's hose?
Oh, nice!
Okay. Alright.
Still need lighter though.
Right? I can't use hose to set fire.
Can we make fire out of hose? Can we? How do we cause forest fires though, Sign?
I don't wish to prevent them, I wish to cause them.
Yeah.
Listen, Sign. How do I become a menace?
In this way, Guy walk up.
Yep. Yes. Yes, it is. I
Can you
wonder.
leave a lighter?
I wonder if there's a
Doesn't
lighter
look
in
like
the
it.
car.
Could be.
Miata's car.
Yeah, he won't go in, would he?
Nah.
He just looked in the boot.
Yeah. It was terrible. Because he almost wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, he had to be in a very specific spot. Oh.
Blackened remains of a car that was set on fire. The burning smell still wafts in the air.
Lighter could be nearby? Car's been burned after the first mission. Could check the phone box?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No!
I'm very worried that Flying Man is sniper.
No, there was a sniper there, and I was gonna shoot him. I saw him run off.
He has a regular gun.
Yeah. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I know where I'm going, kind of.
Hmm.
The point is to defeat the sniper. How do we defeat sniper?
So we know about sprinkle gasoline on bridge.
And
That's fine.
hose. And we know about
We
hose.
know about hose.
we're well versed in hose.
It's like the pirate XCOM mod all over again. We have researched hose.
We understand hose. Where is... There's Sniper. Where is Brian with a Y? There's Brian with a Y. Okay. So the only two that I really care about... Whee! Let's go up here. Let's... Come on, before I go in there. Gammon, take a second. Gotta make sure his hair's slicked back. I get it. I get it. You're a cool guy.
Oh yeah, that's like back real good. I'm not saying Talmon's a piece of shit.
Are you sure? Because he strikes me as the kind of guy that would wear a white bathing suit.
Maybe he used to be a piece of shit.
Is he worried that the Shibito don't think he can change?
Yeah.
Where else? Hi, come here.
They're very noisy.
Incredibly noisy.
Angry little guys.
So heckin' mad. Okay. Where was Little Shrine?
Yeah, it's over here. Down the path on the side.
I have to, like, retrace my steps entirely. There it is. Look at you knowing exactly where it was, though.
Yeah, I remembered that one. For the first time ever, I knew where a thing was in relation to where you was.
You're getting good at spotting ghosts. You're getting good at knowing where things are. Dang. Dang. Okay.
We could sneak up to the phone box with Flying Man around. Or do you think it's too dangerous over there?
I think Flying Man would definitely spot us.
Can we deal with Flying Man and the sniper runs away?
Maybe.
I think that's why we're burning the bridge, so he can't run across it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Deal with Brian with a Y. I'm worried he'd just stop running after a few steps and shoot us, though, which, you know, wouldn't be great.
Why is that gun Grandpa?
Grandpa? Holy
Why
shit,
is-
he's quick now.
Why is that gun Grandpa?
He's zombie, or did Gun Grandpa just decide he'd had enough of Yoriko's shit?
Both? Maybe both. Maybe he became a zombie because he got tired of Yoriko and her nonsense. What is this? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The thing that starts a fire.
Brian! Brian, why? Come here, Brian. Where is he?
I have no idea.
There he is.
It's him, his feet! Oh, dang. Not even one.
Whoa!
Whoa!
What the fuck?
He just punched you in the back of the leg and he's dead.
It's Tammon's heel. It's like an
It's
Achilles
Achilles
heel.
heel.
But it's worse because it's Tammon's. It's the only weak spot on a Tammon. Okay, well that sucked.
We know not to let those go behind us. I had no idea we were even there though.
Right?
Brian, please. Brian, please.
I tried to shoot him. Didn't work. Brian is horrible.
I do know
But
he'll be right
also-
there at the start level though. We can go get him.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. But also, Sniper is Gun Grandpa. I need to know what happened to Gun Grandpa. Why does Gun Grandpa hate Tammon? I understand why Gun Grandpa hates Yoriko, but... Please. Please. I'm
How
fine
could they
with
be a
dying.
better shot than Tamman? Impossible.
I mean, honestly, though. Hacks. I am fine dying as a million times as Tammon, though, because that does mean I get to play as Tammon for longer. This is fine.
Can we shoot the bridge after we put gasoline on it? Can Tamman solve all of his problems just with guns?
I mean, maybe. God, he's awful looking.
They're real bad.
Not great. Okay. Let's... I don't have to go in this way. We can go in up here. Something spotted me. What saw me? Ah! It's not where I thought it was gonna be because it didn't take me as long to get here. Now we know.
Very
Also, hi,
fast.
David. Incredibly fast. I do need to get onto the other side of this bridge first, though, before we try to shoot it, because the hose is over here, and I need the hose. Give me hose.
Kish needs hose.
It's... Please. We love a good hose around here. It's fine. It's fine. Just one. Yes. Okay. Alright, I wonder...
Yeah, it'd probably be in a... Oh my god, he can just do it. Of course he can, it's Tamman. Of course he can just shoot me with his gun.
Here I was expecting, like, 5 other fucking steps for this whole thing, because that's what we've had to do previously, but nah.
Yeah, but consider, every other time we weren't Tamman.
We weren't Tammon, you were right. You're right.
Tamman's a man of
Ah!
action. And he has a gun.
True.
He just shoots whatever the problem is, and it's fine.
Actually, what's up here? Oh, okay.
I mean,
we
you
can. Same hat. But also, consider. We leave Yoriko.
Team Yoriko died.
But Yoriko! Nope, nope. She's gone. You've lost her. Alright, Sniper. No!
fucking guy.
No! Brian just woke up!
Fucking Brian! Oh!
Brian, you got up too fast!
Are there two of them? There might be two of them.
No, I think it's just the one.
How do you get in front of you?
He's quick. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, this
We
is
don't have the
fine.
hose though. But it's fine because we're going to chase him all the way to the bridge. Probably.
Great. Great. Why does it do that? I
'Cause-
picked it up!
Cause weird. Cause weird. Weird
Did
rude
it.
game.
But I did it, game. I did the
Doesn't care
thing.
about being rude for no reason.
I did it, though.
Brian's definitely going to be around. There's no way to remember that Brian was knocked out if he doesn't remember anything else.
True.
There he is.
Damn it!
You might shoot better if you turn your torch on.
I don't have a torch!
If you buy a torch at the store, Hammond might shoot better. Why did he fly up so high? Come down a bit. I can't hit you up there.
This is horrible.
When bad
Siren.
things happen to Tamman.
Idiot. It didn't even hit me.
At least he definitely won't fucking wake up right after we shoot him.
Right. Right. Alright. Where are you, Brian? Damn it!
Brian has been destroyed.
But I'm gonna get shot by this man. And it's
Go
gonna be
sneak up.
horrible.
Oh wait, we tried that last time, didn't we?
Damn it. Where did your bullets go? There are two Brian. Fuck you, Brian!
There are two Brians. This is a two Brian situation.
This is impossible. This is fucking impossible.
I don't think we need to go back through the house. I think we can just run to the side, like along the side of the house.
Yeah, you're right.
So we can skip that one, but I don't know anything else that'd help with any of the rest of this. Yeah, now we can't get across the other side easily, because we burned the bridge. Kind of a problem.
Then Grandpa just tried to shoot me.
Grandpa, please. Other Brian.
I am sick of these goddamn Bryans. I think I saw him run up here. Could be wrong though.
Goddamn Brian. In this goddamn plane. Oh, remember the hose?
Yes.
Why did he showed him for a second? This seems very finicky.
There he is.
Why are you hiding?
He's like up there somewhere.
Don't go around the long way because we need the hose. But if he's up there, he's probably like trying to cross the bridge, right? But it's on fire.
Yeah.
How did the hose get back there, Taman? We picked up that hose, Taman. I think he's on the path right to the side, looking at you. Ah, why did we run out?
I don't know. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he went. There he is.
To the side.
Okay. Okay.
This is fine.
I thought he went the other way.
Sally ran to the bridge and then realized, oh no, the bridge is on fire.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, we got this. We got this.
Yeah, put everything together. You just gotta shoot the Bryans.
Bryans are the hardest part.
Yeah, Grandad is... Sorry, Grandad, but... relatively manageable.
I wonder if I can actually just, like...
The Brian skip.
Yeah.
Strategy has never before been attempted. No one's ever been brave enough.
I'll let him go.
Brian skip. I never thought I'd see the day.
Brian skip, very powerful. Would recommend.
Whoa, move.
Where am I in relation to the shrine? I've just gone the wrong path, but that's okay, because now I can reload. And then we can head back this way. We can
Managed to sneak away from the Bryans. Not even a problem.
Feel powerful now that I've avoided the Bryans.
Who keeps putting this hose back, Taman? Who's putting this hose there?
I'm sorry, Gun Grandpa.
That's definitely Gun Grandpa.
That's definitely Gun Grandpa. He's got the silly gloves and everything.
Tamon. What?
Gun Grandpa. Hi, Salvia. And we got the hose. And we did the mission. Great. Great.
Now we get to see Yoriko.
Well, while Yoriko's doing her thing. How are you doing, Salvia? How's it going? We don't give a shit about Yoriko. Get out of here. That's fine. We don't need her. Get out of here! Whatever your name is. Kyoto? I'm doing good.
I think it's Kiyoya? Kiyoya? Something like that.
And there's a stupid doctor. I don't trust him.
The whole gang's here.
Except Taman.
Taman's nearby, hanging out with Gun Grandpa. Shiro's the doctor, right?
Yeah, it's time to play as the bad doctor. Wait.
We've done this, though. We finished this level. I know for a fact. I looked. We did all the sub-objectives.
It said blue. It was the dark blue, right? That means done.
Yeah, why are you starting this level?
Because we're looping.
Why we're looping to a level that's fully completed, though?
You must be
Because
Dr.
it's looping.
I'm Mina's twin.
Why?
Mina's
I
sister.
have not
just
destroyed
on
the
my way to-
child just yet. Not yet. Child
Fucking
might have
child
destroyed
level
us.
is horrible.
Right, this is the ID holder. We did do this one. Okay.
I was looking.
Yeah,
I
this
was
is the
looking
one
for
where-
Meaner too. Sorry. Yeah, we've done this one.
Did I check if there were like extra stuff on this?
I think so. I want to say yes.
I thought I did.
Pretty sure you did.
I'll have a quick look.
Reiko, please. Reiko, why are you like this? Could do Shiro's first mission. His 3 a.m. mission. We could also take
Do
a
we
short
have to-
break.
Yeah, we could do. Might be good break time.
Right?
There
Do we
are
have what,
some
though?
objectives on this level. I'm sorry, there's 2 of
It's
them.
okay. It's okay. You know what? We can pause and take a break and then do the sub objectives.
Okay.
But we'll take a break first. It's important to take a break. Yeah,
It's been 2 hours.
It has been.
Seems
but
like
I'm
break time.
not just raging the entire time, so we can actually take a moment.
We got to look at them and we calmed down enough to remember break.
It's true. I also need to double check my stream settings because I am dropping frames apparently. Not a ton, but a handful. So I'm gonna look at that. So we'll take like a 3-4 minute break while I poke around at that. It's not too bad, so if I can't figure it out in a short amount of time, I'll deal with it post stream. But words on
Everyone
stream will
drink
be up.
you water.
Yeah.
In the mean,
Yeah, dink your oiter, unshrimp, de-goblin, maybe get a snack, and stretch and do all that good stuff, and we'll be back. Yo.
yeah. I muted myself for some reason, but I'm also back.
just getting a double muted action. Make sure no one can hear nothing ever.
Yeah, you gotta be double muted.
If you're not double muting, what are you doing? What are you even doing with your life? Here I thought that the bitrate thing was gonna fix the issue that I was having, but apparently, yeah, it's dropping like a frame every like couple of minutes. So it's not too bad, but it's not great. Oh well. We're here, we're back, we're doing the thing.
The two things left to do on this level. Finding the hammer in like the trash at the other end of the alley is a sub-objective, but I'm not sure if we did that on a completed run. I think we stopped bothering.
Yeah, I'm not sure, so we'll go do that one, because I know where that is.
One of them is you have to go behind Rokaku's house with Risa and then use the list menu near the slightly ajar back door. One of the options is telling Risa to go inside. Then Risa will go inside.
Okay, we can do this. Okay. These are both in the direction, or at least the second one is in the direction of the first one. So, we'll bring Risa with, I guess.
Yeah.
At first I was definitely like, she can stay over here. We don't need her. Risa ain't shit! But, we need her. It is necessary that she comes with.
Tragic.
It's horrible, really. Alright. Coming?
We can then tell it to fuck off and do mission 2 instead if we want.
That is true.
But we'll be kind of near the exit, but also getting her to go down the stairs without getting shot is difficult.
It is a feat to get her to not die. Risa.
I thought she got lost.
So did I. Well, she did get stuck on a corner. Alright, good job. Absolute fool. Come on! Bad jingling sounds. Risa, come here. No, no! Okay. I am glad that you can interrupt actions.
You were winding up to do it.
He's ready. He's ready to go. Hi.
Can we not take his hammer? He has a perfectly good hammer.
Well, I was gonna try and beat him. But then the camera said, no, you have to take this hammer.
Apparently we can equip that hammer. I think it said that were already fulfilled, which is good. We don't have to worry about that.
Alright, okay. Come here. And then... Okay, Rukaku's house is right across the way, but there is... Sniper right there.
Yeah, bad sniper.
Can we?
Can he just not? Would that be possible?
Is this gun Grandpa? He is wearing gloves. It's not gun Grandpa.
Okay.
It can't be. Do you think?
This is day 1 though, right? We played
ITS
him.
April Flowers
Oh.
is raiding with a party of
Here it
3.
is.
Kaysh and the gang welcome you.
Let me pause right quick. Welcome in April Flowers and friends. Tessa Time TV, thank you for the follow. How's it going? How are we all doing, y'all? Let me get a shout out going for you. Welcome in, In case you don't know who I am, my name is Kayshurrr. You can call me Kaysh. I'm a queer horror and mystery game streamer. We like to play spooky stuff around here. I'm streaming with my friend FruitySpruce right now. We're playing spooky games. You're playing Sly Cooper?
Sly's real good.
I love Sly. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Was it a good stream?
You know, Sly hits over there, right?
Fucking love Sly Cooper here. Listen. But yeah, welcome in, readers. Like I said, we're playing spooky games. That is primarily what we do. I'd say primarily that is what we do. I've thrown my controller on the ground. My god. But yeah, because we play spooky stuff, I do offer content warnings for every single game that we play. In case you want to check those out, ~CW is how you pull them up. Yeah, this is an 18 plus space. I say fuck a lot, and you know, again, adult content. We play spooky shit. There's gonna be talks of adult content. Get out of here, babies. That's awesome. That's exciting. Well, I'm glad that you had fun, and I'm excited to see that you're playing Sly Cooper. Like, it's one of my favorite games. That series is so good. But yeah, you've been streaming for a while. Your viewers have been watching you for a bit. If y'all gotta go and, I don't know, get some food, or drink some water, or stretch, rest your eyes and not stare at your computer for a while, feel free to do so. We'll be here for, like, 2 hours. 2 more hours. It's, yeah, we do 4-hour streams on the weekends. Not me not knowing my fucking schedule anymore.
Well, it's up to you, but normally we do another 2 hours.
No, that's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah, no, that's totally good. April, take care of yourself. We support raid and runs. It's more important to me that you take care of yourself than you come hang out. But if you do want to come hang out afterwards, you are welcome to. But if anyone's gonna stick around and hang out, welcome. We're happy to have you here. Yeah, we're playing this game called Siren. And it's spooky and scary and frustrating and horrible, and I love it. Don't play it.
We're Shiro Miyata right now. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're even Taman. It's great.
We do love a good Taman playthrough around here. Man has turned around. I'm scared.
Inch forward, and if it goes red, run back.
What if we just hide here? I'm gonna wait for him to turn around, and then we'll go in when he turns back. Or it's gonna take him forever, though.
Did just
Hello?
tell
Heard somebody.
lady. I don't know where he's looking.
Away. He's looking away.
Nice.
And he doesn't see over here. So, Risa, hurry up.
Yeah, this is not hinted at all, is it?
No.
No? Man? Hey, we know someone small.
Oh,
Hide isn't gonna do it.
Risa, come here.
Lady going hole.
oh, it's open.
Yeah. Go inside.
Oh my god, and you gotta do it from in front of that yellow crate, because there's no other spot.
I think I also had to wait for her to be like, oh, it's open. This is horrible. You have a pipe now. Yo-Yo can do his thing. Great. You know what?
Lady?
Risa, what are you doing over there?
You run around the other side. How did she
Wait.
even...
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh!
No! I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
I didn't realize that was where the sniper was.
That's where the sniper is. I can wait until he turns around and then I can get up there and do a smack on him.
Yeah.
I do have to go back through and do all this again, but...
We can get hammer, but it's
I
not
was looking for
necessary.
Nina as well.
Yeah, when we send Risa into the house, you can just go knock out the sniper
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
run to the exit and it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, you got this. This is quick.
Easy peasy. There's some more here. Okay, JK. I was gonna try and get sniper on my radar, but that's not gonna happen.
It's a little finicky.
Just a touch. Let's go, Risa. Let's go. You could scooch a little faster. That'd be awesome. I would love that for me. Please and thank you.
This is the worst sneaking in a game.
Ever. Hands down.
Yeah.
The most awful. Like, I don't need to go fast while I'm sneaking, but I need to go faster than this.
Yeah.
I need my companions to be able to keep up with me. I need to know that they're able to...
You go this slow, and they go even slower than that.
So bad. Okay. There he is.
He does have the high ground.
But it's not over.
Let's hope.
He has turned. Okay. Which means I can come out here, do this. No, that's not it.
She followed you. She didn't wait. I remember you telling her to wait, but she didn't wait. Why did she not wait?
I hate this girl. I don't think I told her to wait this time, but I didn't think that there were
Drop
going to
the
be men
menu.
out here. I think I told her to wait last time.
I was looking.
I thought you brought the menu. But you forgot to
did.
click it, but it seems... I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just wrong.
I don't know.
Hey, this game's like all escort missions, and the escorts are as annoying as possible.
I didn't think that they... Okay. This is fine.
You know, games are always like, oh, we want to make it so this character's coming with you, but we want him to stay out of your way and not be annoying. Siren doesn't think this.
Siren said, let's take those principles and chuck them in the bin. Let's make the characters as slow, as annoying, as helpless as possible. But also, you need to rely on them to, like, actually finish this game. But good luck getting them to do the thing you need them to do. Haha, isn't this funny? Isn't this a good joke we've done? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. No! Wait. Come here.
The prospect of accidentally hitting the shout button every time you try and tell the teammate to not. Just luring every enemy over instead of
Right?
telling them to wait there and not bother you.
Instead of wait, why not cause problems? Sir, I'm gonna need you to turn. Sir, I'm
Turn
gonna
around.
need you...
Wait.
Now I can come out here and beat your ass. So we gotta move quickly, okay? No.
This is a problem.
Risa?
It's open.
Could just take a step forward, Risa. I'd feel a lot better.
Okay, let's just let him have a moment to forget that we're here. He's fine. He doesn't know that we're here anymore. Hey, Risa. It's open.
It's open.
Yeah, it is. So go inside.
What? You want me to go inside?
Yes! That's why I told you to go inside. Where is she? Okay, you know what? I have to
Let's
call
stay
for
in
her.
there until you beat up the man.
Yeah.
She's too dangerously wiggly.
Honestly, though.
Turn around, Snipe Man. It's not going Granddad.
It's not, which is great. He also just has fancy rifle hands, rifle gloves.
Joe, he's got rifle hands. You could even pick up the hammer just to make sure. I'm sorry, I don't mean to backseat, but I was just very scared for no reason about the hammer.
No, it's fine. We can do it. Look, it's a straight shot over here. Not even an issue.
Just say already fulfilled, and he did last time, and I did notice it did last time, but I was still worried.
Better to be safe than sorry at this point, honestly.
Hopefully it'll stop looping us to this level now. Risa.
Risa was here. She was just slow. Alright! We've done it. We don't need to see her scene again. Yes, I would like to save.
Always there.
Never make me do that ever again.
100% of that level. We never got to see it again. Oh no.
I mean, it's gonna grandpa time.
Is this the Yuriko one? No, this is the one we fully completed.
Yeah,
We've
so
done this one, definitely.
we can
Why is it
leave.
putting us back to this? Stop!
Probably because we've gone back to levels that we've already done, and so it's just following its path.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay, it's fine. We can fix this.
I'm glad we have
Teleporting-
Link Navigator.
Same. Can we... I don't...
Shiro's first level is the one with the phone and the
No, I know,
everything.
but...
We don't know what the second mission is, and we...
And consider we do it, and then we never have to play Shiro's early missions ever again.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
This is what I'm thinking. This is 331, by the way.
331. Oh, hang on, I ain't got the pin message up.
Shame.
Search the place where the man hid it.
So the shrine?
The place where the man hid it.
Not possible.
So the shrine?
Possibly?
That's where I get the phone card.
There is a marker as well.
Find nurse's shoe.
Oh, if you gotta get down the stairs to get to the marker
Oh, no.
that needs pushing over. It's under the bridge where Tamon started, somewhere near where Tamon started in the last one we did on this map.
Okay. I vaguely know how to get there. Sorry, staring at map so I can figure out where I'm supposed to go. Okay. I'm supposed to find the nurse's shoe?
Oh my god.
Yeah?
We should probably sidejack and try and find which Shibuta's carrying the shoe. Because he hides in a random location. Somewhere. Probably on the south side of the map. Is a shoe carrying boy. sir, do you have a shoe? I'll wander around for a while and then hide it in one of 3 random places. I do like how normally you can see what thing the man is carrying when you sidejack them, but apparently not the case with shoe? Possibly?
Not the case with shoe so far.
Shoe is a mystery. No one has ever seen a shoe.
Or there it is.
Okay.
Where is that?
In a shrub.
That is by... I know where that is. Get me out of here. That is...
By the road?
in front of the ore processing plant. It's
Okay.
that little... South of it, there's that little, like, bend. That's where I need to be. Okay. I know where it is. That's all
Nice.
that matters.
Do we lure the man with the phone and then run across the bridge and then find shrub and possibly Marker while we're down the stairs somewhere?
I don't know that I need to. I could probably just... No, I guess I do, because there's a sniper over there, isn't there? Shit.
Yeah, it's the sniper. I don't know exactly where the sniper covers in front of our processing plant. He's like in the... This is the level with like a lot of snipers.
Yeah. Okay, let's... mark him. You know what?
I don't remember what phone card was, by the way. But we needed it
do.
for phone. Okay.
It's in the shrine. The little shrine.
Nice.
This... Okay, there's Ore Man. And then there's Bridge Sniper. He has his back to the bridge at the moment. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Right?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
We don't get a weapon in this level either, do we? Until like 90% of the way through mission 1.
Correct!
Yeah.
That
Shiro.
is correct.
You're a piece of shit, Shiro. I see that white bathing suit.
Sorry.
What's you got a stain there? What's that? Is that chicken spaghetti from Ciccolini's? Are those itty bitty jeans?
Shiro didn't used to be a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit.
Definitely. You didn't pick it up.
I know, and I tried, and now I've been spotted. No, it's okay.
I'm sure you'd realise, because like you went to the right spot and clicked the right button, but you didn't do it.
Shit. Okay. This is fine. No one can catch me. I am a fast
Shiro.
boy.
He's a bad boy.
Said I was a fast boy, but he's also
Okay.
a bad boy. It is true. He is the kind of boy that is bad at everything. Okay. Insert phone card.
Any Shiro fans in tonight?
No. If
Not
there
the
are,
truth.
you have to leave.
Yeah.
Those don't exist. Shiro fan? Nah.
Neither of those is sniper. I don't know where that guy's looking.
Fuck. Okay.
This is fine.
Maybe the other sniper is the one that's at
The
the
one
end of
that
the
stopped
dangerous
you.
road.
Yeah. Stops you if you go to the car, I remember.
Yeah.
Probably gone now.
I'm going.
You gotta be out of there before he turns around.
What if I just run? Eh? No!
Okay, I thought the noise from the phone might cover up your noise. I was hoping. Patrolling guy saw you.
Shit.
And Sniper's seen you. Run down onto the bridge.
Fuck! It's very hard to see anything, it's so dark.
Yeah.
There's too many men.
He was a bad doctor. And
No,
a
I have to-
nurse's shoe.
Now I have to find this stupid shoe again.
And it could be in one of 3 random places. I'm gonna get the places so I can brute force this if we have to.
Wonder if this is Shoe Man. 'Cause I think all these other ones are just like the regular patrolling dudes.
Is he under the bridge?
Yeah.
It's one of the places you can hide it is under the bridge. It says... Oh, he's the only patrolling Shibito on that side of the level. Yes, probably the one.
Okay.
You can hide it in the bushes south of the processing plant, bushes west of the concrete bridge, or some bushes underneath the bridge. So you always have to cross the bridge.
You gotta do ore bushes again.
I'm kind of glad we don't have to do any of Mission 1 now for this.
Honestly, though.
Mission 1 was very long and kind of horrible.
Horrible. This was the first episode that I started just absolutely losing my mind over.
I don't even know how to go. It's just horrible. It's just snipers everywhere.
There's snipers everywhere and there are too many bits. Just too many things. And
Yeah, it's the only mission that's had like 2 checkpoints. It's been like 10 steps.
yeah.
What are you doing with that shoe, man? No, you got...
Put it down already, buddy.
Oh my god. You have to put the shoe down.
I hope he goes
No
under the
one
bridge.
thinks you're cool. Okay, it could have worked.
We're going back under the bridge. You know what? This is a great time for me to put some lotion on my elbow. Because my elbow is dry.
Oh, jeez.
Just the one elbow, though. Not both. It's that time of year where, despite the fact that air is hose, my skin is just like, it's too dry to exist. Okay, put the shoe down.
Why do we need this shoe? We already have shoes.
Yep, it's under the bridge. Great! That means we
Look in
can...
the bush there.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
means
we
we'll
just
be
need to get under the bridge. This is fine.
This is ideal, actually.
Don't know exactly why the marker is down there, but it's somewhere down there.
Hi! Devo says hello.
Devo! Hi, Devo!
Hold on. Hold on. Say hi again. Devo, come here.
Hi, Devo! I'm not looking at the stream, so I don't...
Oh, he says, I'm rubbing my body on the headphones now. Devo, it's your friend.
Have I been macked across the
Yes.
internet?
Yep. Yes, you have. Yeah. No, you don't get to come up right now. Take what you got.
Loud little buddy who likes to want to say his name. My old friend Devo.
That's your pal right there. That's Devo. Oh, Devo.
Just likes when people say his name.
It's true. He likes being acknowledged, and honestly, I get that. Can't fault him for that.
It's just a happy little dude.
Yeah. So pleased. Aren't ya? He says. Ooh.
Does the patrolling guy go all the way over here, or is that...
I think it is.
No,
yeah.
there's more of them in there. Is it? Jesus. Patrolling man, come on.
No, that is a different man. Well, that's incredibly unfortunate. Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
no,
get
that's
a
the...
torch? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. That guy just patrols around the steps. I remember him.
Yeah,
Also,
I remember. He's
do have a
horrible.
torch.
Yeah, you get a torch, but it's like a shitty torch, and it even has like a worse torch than everyone else.
It's not as bad as Risa's, at least.
Okay.
It's not great, but it's bad, but also there are so many snipers that I never want to use. I never want to use it, because
Yeah,
I'll
that's
die.
Kind of hard to use a torch in a sniper-rich environment such as
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you're gonna get spotted, and that's not good.
It's kind of their thing.
Also, man is under the bridge, which is a bit of an issue.
I didn't have a gun, and he won't be under the bridge forever.
No, but
We are gonna have to go.
yeah,
Just gonna look at the bush and then come back up, right?
I think so.
It's probably gonna be coming up as we're going past, but there's not a lot we can do. We must be out of sound range now if he keeps running a little bit and then stopping. Oh, are we trying to give the guy time to move out of the way?
A little bit of both.
Hmm. Gotta get out of the way.
No, no, no!
There's a marker somewhere, and we know where the shoe is perfectly.
Marker? Where am I going?
Oh. This is
Marker!
fine. They probably won't find us here.
Hopefully, dear God, please don't find us. Oh, Jesus, don't find us.
Not even we know where we are. How are they gonna find?
Reiko Day 1, requirements for mission objective 2 fulfilled. Great.
I have no idea what all these markers are. Don't come down. You've just been down.
You know what? He can come down all he wants. He's not looking for me. And I think I can get over here fast enough. This bush? Yes. Done
Shoot.
and done.
Who did this?
3 shoes, Shiro, they call him.
No. We've gone and done it, y'all. Everything is perfect. Oh boy.
Risa Honda.
We've
We've
done
not played as
Reese's.
Risa yet.
Yeah, we have.
Have we?
Yeah. Reese's the interesting character who has bad stamina and
Oh, right, yeah.
And
The
no
interesting
health.
character is bad at everything.
yeah, but this is a new level for Risa.
Mina? Mina, is that you?
This is
I
horrifying.
don't think you wanted to be her because when you saw her earlier, she looked unwell.
She's got
Squid!
She's got mushy pork tit face.
Oh Oh no! Oh
The
no! The
leg
long
long
nipples!
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you've done this.
It's
Oh, aim! Run away from Mina. Oh,
It's the gotta run away from the leg long nipples.
Mina Park, sister of Mushu Park.
I'm sorry, that's the first thing that came to mind.
But it was just tense. You love tense. Oh god.
It's bad
Like-
here. It's incredibly bad here.
Okay, so it gets real bad before the end of day 1.
Ah! It's a dead end! Okay, okay. I'm sorry, there is much panic right now. There's something blocking it, whatever, it's locked. This is a shower? A restroom, okay. What is this?
Barricaded the doors to the stalls? Why
No
do
one's-
they like this?
No one's allowed to pee here.
Why is pee banned?
Because pee makes you
Power.
powerful.
Gotta hold it in.
Gotta hold it. Yup, you understand. Oh, I hate it here. That's another.
Real bad.
This doesn't feel like a level that I can sneak around in. Just
I think we'd be more able to sneak now. It would just the start part, you were already detected, and then we ran into the area with all the crawling ones.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We're gonna take a moment.
But the stall doesn't have a door or a proper toilet.
The squatty potty.
I hate this.
Those are bad sounds. Oh, what?
Just hanging out. Just broing out in there.
Do they not hear the bad noises?
This can't happen quickly. Did they not hear the hammering as they boarded up all the windows?
Right? Okay, so they're to
They are
my
so loud.
right? Where am I?
Oh, shit. I don't know if we're on the top or bottom one.
I think we're here. I think
Right, yeah, everything around us is locked. That makes
Yeah.
sense. What's the thing at the end of the corridor? That shows up as a white square.
Emergency alarm.
Oh, helpful. We could set off an alarm. That's always good. We love to do that when we're hiding.
Yeah, well, it's like I don't think I can get to where the men are because they're to our right, so technically to the left. They're on the left-hand side of the building. And it's locked, and there are no stairs there, and I can't get out.
Maybe we can use the fire door if we set off the alarm, but also maybe we'll just get killed by monsters if we set off the alarm.
Maybe this will get them out of the building, though. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Hammering doesn't do it. Screams don't do it. The fire alarm
Fire
does.
alarm, though.
that
we
it?
did it. Okay, that's fine. This is acceptable.
That was
I
quick.
I'm scared for the alternative objectives there though.
Yeah, there's a lot of level there.
Yeah. Oh no.
And there's this octopus lady. With a shovel, the most powerful weapon.
Shira, what?
Doctor! My sister! My sister!
Thank you. You saved
My
us.
sister, my
Don't
sister.
worry about it. You're not used to dealing with this, Makino. What can you expect? I'm
And
going to follow
you
her.
are?
Please take care of Risa.
I am incredibly concerned about everything that is happening right now. Tammin!
Why are we Tammin again? What's Tammin up to?
On day 2!
Day 2, 10 a.m.
10:30.
Receive it
Look
from
at
the
this.
injured woman. It reminds you of old memories.
Oh no.
I made this mark.
Get
around
something
the
off,
time.
lady?
She gets shot,
What
and we
do you
gotta
mean?
get it from her.
So, you...
I was born
Yeah.
in this village. I was
Why
not
if you
gonna
would
skip
just that?
until
and
my
then the
parents
level
were
finish.
killed in an
That
accident.
would be so good. That'd be so good. I
Just
will
saw it
say,
coming.
I do like the fact that we
Look,
get to see
I'm sorry to get you involved in this.
see Yoriko get shot again.
It's not your
So,
fault.
you know,
We love seeing Yoriko eat shit.
absolutely. That smile though! Gun Grandpa is
Gun Grandpa has finally shot her, but we just
Yoriko!
wish they did it
not as a zombie.
canonically in the last level.
Yeah.
In his last level.
Yeah. What?
We ain't got the requirement. Because he didn't say mission 2, right? Ah,
Fuck.
jeez.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? That's okay. Let's.
Sorry, Tammin. At least we got to see her get shot again.
It's true. Okay. What else do we have? We have Kyoya's second day mission.
That was the one with Floor Boy. Floor Man,
Yeah.
sorry.
Floor
Fire
Man.
of the Roof Man.
Ah! We have Kyoya's first day mission, probably. We are starting to get through like these first day ones, which is really exciting. We could we could attempt Reiko's again.
I mean, we could. Are you sure? Are you up to it?
No. No. No, I don't think I am.
One day we'll have to attempt Reiko's second mission, maybe, but also.
But also, what if we didn't?
Yeah. If we say we did.
Let's look
But
at...
don't.
Oh, this is with Tomoko. What's our second mission here? I just want to see what the second objective is for some of these. So we might just bounce around for a minute, determine what we want to
59.
do. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
it's. Have we got the second mission for this now? Because we didn't have before.
Nope.
No, we still haven't.
Okay. Again, this is why we're checking. Kyoya, what do you have here? 810 for Kyoya.
I'll read it if the mission 2 comes
Are you
up.
okay?
Don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, okay. Find
Yes!
grave of Takeuchi family.
As in Tam and Takeuchi.
As in Tam and Takeuchi.
Pay attention to the steps which start from the lower part of a river.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you know what? I'm actually not too worried about this particular level because it is fairly easy.
Let me
Once
see
I
if
get
there's
a
some
fire
gang
bubble.
nonsense we gotta do though. Oh,
Yeah. Is that a yes? Yeah?
I'm not sure which one I'm reading, sorry. There's 3 on the previous level for this guy, I think.
Jesus.
And one of them's one of them fucking markers that are always impossible to find.
Oh no.
Do you have the poker?
Not at the moment, but I will be getting it.
Oh, no, it's that level. Right. Apparently you don't need me, Echo, so you can just leave it wherever.
Oh, okay. Just wait there. No,
Okay,
that's not...
there are 3 nonsense missions on this.
Okay.
We have to close the floodgates. Oh wait, he automatically does that during mission 2. That's fine. I don't know why it's a sub-objective then, but whatever. We have to pick up a screwdriver, which is near the hood of the abandoned car.
Okay.
And it warns that there's a sniper in the area.
Of course there is.
And we have to push a marker on the northeast of the level. Go past the abandoned storehouse from the start of the level. There's a small dead end on the north side of the road, but there is a sniper patrolling near the abandoned car. Once you're on the small path, there is some brushwood that can be cleared with the list menu. Then climb up and push the marker.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Let's try and take... Okay. Okay.
Is the abandoned truck the abandoned car? Is Carrie's truck?
Is car is truck. Is car is truck. Yes. Yes? Yes.
Understood.
Here's the shack. Oh, hi.
Might have got spoiled by the sniper.
Nah.
No,
I
he's
do
just
see the
hanging out. I can
screwdriver,
see the
though.
screwdriver. The directions for the marker are kind of weird. I'm not sure if that made any sense.
I think I understood.
If it sounded like I skipped a bit in the middle, it's because the guide sounds like it skips a bit in the middle as well. It gets distracted by the sniper and then just says, once you're on the small path, go to the brushwood. Is this small path? Is this Taman Grave? Not Taman. Takeuchi Graves?
There.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. I understood where you were telling me to go, though, so it's fine.
I don't believe it was such a specific spot.
Can we climb up? I would never have found it. But,
No one would
like,
ever have found this without a guide.
This is one of those games that I'm like completely fine with using a guide every so often. Like I want to do like the first thing generally like on our own.
Yeah.
But
The
for
sub-objective, I mean, the second mission, unless it's like nonsense, it's fun to work out from just the weird hint, but also like the sub-objectives you just wouldn't ever find.
No,
You wouldn't even know they were
100%.
there. Like you, a lot of them. In fact, I don't know how you're supposed to work out that there are sub-objectives on any of these levels.
By occasionally finding the really obvious ones and being like, oh, there are things that I have to do?
Yeah, but like, there's a million levels. How do you work out which ones have sub-objectives?
Oh, I can't cross here!
That's fine. Just give him a minute. Calm down.
This is horrible.
Not even a worry, not even a concern. Just wish we could kind of go over that. But other than that, not a concern.
Well, now we know we can't go over there.
Now it tells you.
Oh my god. Okay. You know what? Let's go this way. Yeah, I have to go the long way. But then instead of continuing on straight, as soon as we get to a fork in the road, I have to go right. Understood. Understood.
This is like the fourth mission in the game. It's already killed two snipers before this mission, and Tammond's first missions before this. It's already had you just walk onto the bridge and get killed in one shot.
Yup.
That game is rude.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just kinda.
Just a touch.
Just a smidge. Okay, where?
Oh, it's nice being able to just ignore the lady though, right? And just
Yes.
run everywhere.
It's beautiful. No. Why? Why?
Fuck!
Why?
Shit! Now we have to do this stupid marker again, because it's dumb and weird. It doesn't make any sense. At least you know where it is now, and I doubt to try and
But just
pass meaning from this strange paragraph.
Yeah, but like, why don't I hit them?
I'd just run past them if you can.
Like, yeah, but there's
Stop
like,
following you after a while. It's fine.
I just didn't want all three of them to follow me.
That's true.
I just don't understand why I don't always hit when I should.
Yeah, the combat's horrible. When you like swing through them and they have like a worse weapon and do a less like ranged swing,
Yeah.
and then you get hit, it's horrible.
It's like, hey, the fuck?
Yes.
Why?
Kinda rude.
Why, like? It's horrible.
You could just not.
Right? Consider. No? Eat shit.
I guess we get to beat up that guy every time. That's kind of funny.
It's very nice to have somebody that we can beat up.
Yeah.
Clear brushwood. Give me in here. It's not that hard getting here. So this is fine.
It's not even like a different, like the bushes are exactly the same as the other bushes in the game. Just
You
these
have-
ones you can move.
You and you have to interact with them before you can like pull up the sub menu. By the way, so you have to like click. You just have to mad dash click X constantly and hope that you come across something that tells you a thing. No, stop getting stuck! You idiot! Absolute fool!
Dang Gooba.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. Again, I'm just making sure that I'm going the right way. Pretty sure I was, but I just wanted to check.
Yeah. Go.
3 hits. Where are you? Hello? Hello.
2 of them again. 3 of them?
3 of them. You can't swing up!
I was harder to swing down and easier up. I gotta
Nope.
remember.
You can swing down, but you can't swing up. Dogs can't look up.
Yeah, because normally in games, they swing over the head if they're on stairs, and they hit you in the knees if they're not, if they're at the bottom of stairs. But this is the opposite.
Yep.
Oh, why the other two went?
Doesn't matter, but I am very
Yeah,
close
it's
to
fine.
where
It's not.
the truck is. So.
Heck, man.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Okay, well, we'll go this way then. Hello? Okay,
We like right at the south now?
we are...
I don't know. I don't. I'm bad at maps.
We're north, so we're right at the bottom of the compass.
Okay.
We're right at that gate, so we need to go off to the right. So here's the gate. Truck is off this way.
Okay.
But that means that sniper is over there.
We want him
Down that
facing that way, but he won't be by the time we get there.
Right. I also kind of want to know where I am in relation to him a little more specifically, so if he can turn around.
Please, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I'm off to his left.
Horrible.
So when he turns to go back the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
Fuck. No, you fool!
Oh, can he actually see through this? Horrible.
They're not like the other Shibito. These ones can see us. Is that? That's the fuel truck. Okay. Okay, turn around. I'm also just trying to make sure that they... There's the truck that we want to get to.
Ah, right.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. A lot of it.
Yeah. I'm not even worried. You're worried. I've never been worried.
Uh-huh, okay. No! Holy shit.
I was terrified. That was too bold.
Oh, it's fine. We did it. We have the screwdriver. Okay.
We have to pay attention to the steps which start from the lower part of a river. If you wanted that hint.
Did,
I
but
think we
have
have to do something with the floodgates.
Yeah. Trying to figure out where I am in relation to them. I see what I think is a gate towards those, which should be this way. But there's a man down here, I think.
probably do just bounce back after you hit them.
It's horrible.
Oh,
No.
really honks.
What?
Hmm.
I need to go up. I need to go up from where I am. I am too far down. Which is fine.
Do
This
we
means
show up on the map? Am I crazy? Okay.
No, we don't.
Just working out where we are just from the map.
Yeah.
I don't have that power.
It's this fun little thing that I can do. So here's the gate. Alright.
Right?
So we are... I keep hitting the wrong button for the map. We're back just under the compass.
Right.
I need to go up the stairs, or down the stairs, I guess, technically, and then hug the right wall. And there should be a way to get to the floodgate from there. Where is it, though?
Who was floodgate?
Here?
Oh my god.
Shitting me. Are you shitting me? It is somewhat denoted on the map. There is... So... In the section where the
It's the little grey bit.
yeah. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Close the floodgate. Close it.
Why are you doing all these things? Why do you think you're doing all this?
Right. Tomoko has a thing. Have we played as Tomoko? I don't think we have.
Is this graves up here, or like why
Not here.
why we come here?
What was the hint again? Sorry.
Pay attention to the steps which start from the lower part of a river.
Okay. Is it... Oh my god, get around the corner, you fool. Disregard the Shibito that is over there. Is it... these graves? 'Cause these are steps at what is the lowest part of the river that we have come across.
Floodgate might have changed river levels.
Well, I'm saying, like, this is further south. This portion of river that we're near.
Okay.
I guess is where I'm getting with it. So not here. Unless... Excuse me while I just click everywhere. No.
Tree. What are you doing, tree? Does that mean tree is useful, or we're just running around punching trees like it's Minecraft? Cam has done that to you. Wait, turn around. Steps. From the river. No? Oh, with the river never here. Am I crazy? Did this used to be water?
I don't think so.
I think I'm crazy is what's happened. It's fine.
Hey, Fruity, I think you might be a touch crazy.
Well, I want the one punching trees.
Listen. No! No! No!
Surely we just keep going down, right? And see... Did it say the lowest part of the river?
I don't know.
It said lower part of a river.
Yeah. So...
Let's just keep heading downwards and hoping that we eventually run into something?
But what is down?
Down as opposed to up to the lowest part of the map. Not like north-south, but like
Yeah.
down
yeah.
towards the Earth's core.
Okay.
Can we get a
Alright.
shovel and dig? Until we find a river.
Please. Okay.
We need a
think it's-
height map
Right? I need this
of
to
the
be
area.
topographical, please. I wonder if it's back, not where the marker was, but that general area, because that little, where that shed is, gets pretty low. Where the abandoned storehouse is.
Worth a go? It's an idea that isn't just down with a question mark. Just the
Yeah.
concept of down.
Yeah. Hey, Tammin. Where's your family's grave? Hey, Tammin. Hey, pal.
Tammin just wander in, shoot the ground, and open up and show him his family's grave.
Yes, please. Would like to pay money for that to happen, so I don't have to anymore. Oh,
Oh, this used to be water. Unless I'm crazy.
no, I think this used to be water.
I mean, it's still a little water, but it used to be
It used
big
to be
water.
much water. There are steps
Step.
here.
Water steps. Tammin, were your family buried in this pipe?
Can I shout into it? I don't have a flashlight.
Tammin! You in there?
Takeuchi family! Hey!
Graves? Graves?
Takeuchi monographs, notes on the Kayshurrr family, has been added to our archives. We found it.
God. It's real specific spot.
Uchi?
We found it though. Mission 2 accomplished, and we found all the stupid side missions as well.
Yeah, we did.
Good job.
So many weird side missions.
Honestly. Alright.
Why is Tammin at the clinic? Why
it's
are we on day 2 at 6 p.m.?
6:37. At least he doesn't have Yoriko with him.
First it was
Yeah.
the village that shouldn't exist. And now the hospital.
Would you like to elaborate on that? Pick up Yorika Anno's trail. Oh! I would rather actually shoot myself. Why
Oh
are
right, horrible here, I remember. Are we gonna meet Octopus later? That
Is
man
that-
has a head on the back of his head.
Yeah, I think his head's backwards is the thing.
That could be it. It's so horrible here.
I've been spotted and I don't know by what or from where.
Yeah. It's just gonna be like that here, isn't it? I love how horrible the hospital is.
Always hospitals. Hospitals are always horrible.
Yeah, it's because what all the people go when they're turning into zombies, and then they wake up and make everyone else into a zombie.
I hate it. I hate it here. Reload.
And then the zombies' heads flip round and they start walking on all fours. Classic tale. And they start screaming. And sometimes there's a Brian.
Oh my god.
It always happens the same way. You know the story. Ooh, with glasses.
That's Yoriko, isn't it?
That's Yoriko.
I don't think she's doing too hot.
Yeah, her glasses are broken. That's the only problem I see here.
Where?
Also, she's gonna get gunk on him if she's put a thumb on the lens and she's got jam on her.
That is slightly to the right of me. That's like there. Where am I? I'm in the health clinic.
Right.
So she
could be in the other building or upstairs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we have to check upstairs because we're right there.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't see her since she would be like in front of us.
Right.
And I didn't see our marker. She is more likely to be above us. Fuck. Okay.
She could be in the other building. I just don't know how we'd get that.
I would like her to not be in the other building. Preferably. If at all possible.
Can we just not go to the wrong building? Taman's not going to fit in through there. He's too large.
Big man. Bit of a unit, Taman is.
Yeah. Powerful lad.
Sorry. I have Yoriko on triangle as a general reminder. More for myself than anything!
Whoa!
That was horrible! Why? Why have you done this?
Zombie.
Where am I?
Why is there a prison in the hospital?
I don't wanna be here. It locked.
Are we in the other building?
Maybe?
Am I crossed over?
I think we did. Yeah, we did.
Okay. That's fine. So we can go downstairs and check that out?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess we could.
Oh, she's in the... She's not in the loo. We've seen the inside of that room.
That looks like... Hold on.
Murder basement?
Excuse?
Are we gonna go change the fuses?
She is kind of in, like, what might be a morgue.
Ah, right. That makes more sense than there being a murder basement under the hospital.
I mean... Same diff.
He just headbutted you.
That's fine, he can headbutt me. Not all he wants, but, you know... A little bit.
Have you seen what happens if you fucking nut Taman Takeuchi? Dirty fuck with you. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I love it. It's so dumb and perfect. Who?
We scream.
You got up so fast!
I'm not sure if it was another guy hiding on the roof or if the same guy just got up 0.3 of a second after you got him. Time to leave.
That's the
Kiss,
same
she
one.
wasn't down here after all. Just the forceps. That's fine. We got forceps now. Perfect. Just what we wanted.
For some reason, we have these now. Great.
Close that up and never worry about it ever again.
Great.
Dory's broken.
Okay, well. Alright, well. Okay, well. Give me a second. Close it. Tammin. Listen. I wish she would look around a little more to give me kind of a better idea of what kind of a room she's in.
Can we search for her again and see if she's what direction? Oh,
Excuse me? Okay, but use the
Fuck.
forceps then.
wait, are you kidding? Tammin.
Tammin, we
Tammin.
have forceps!
The window's slightly ajar. I guess. Doesn't know he can get it with the forceps. He just sees it as like, well, I can't get it with my gun.
I only have 2 bullets.
Can we equip forceps?
I have a hose!
16-foot hose. Why wouldn't we have a 16-foot hose?
It was found in the mountains. Can be used to grasp
Can be
objects.
used to grasp objects, but apparently not. Do we equip forceps and then grab?
That seems incorrect, but we can try.
I don't know how we'd... It doesn't seem like we'd be able to equip it, but... Okay! Forceps, banned. Cannot be used to grip objects. No one could get that out of there with those forceps and that 16-foot hose.
Please. Okay, we're in the toilets.
We are in the toilet.
Can I...
All of the doors are stuck.
Fish
There
in
are
the-
horrible zombies, backwoods men, running around, going wild.
It's all bad. It's all bad here. Can I go
It's
back
real bad.
upstairs?
Hopefully Tapman's out of ammo. What's he gonna do?
Beat everyone with the butt of his gun.
I guess that's what he has to do now. Can we go through the door at the side that leads back over to the other building?
Maybe. Yes.
Is she in that room over there that's roughly in the right direction? Or have we checked that one?
I don't think we have. So, like, all the doors that are grayed, we haven't tried. If
I
they're
think the-
blue, they can open. If they're red, they're locked or blocked.
I think when you open this next door, it's the door in front of that. I've got
Yeah.
faith.
Like, really.
Oh. Oh no. Salmon, please. Okay, that's fine. We didn't want to go in there anyway.
I am sad.
We're lost in a place that is bad and horrible.
I am. These are the last shots I have.
Lady, are you in here? In the prison in the hospital. Arrested for zombie crimes.
Are you gonna shoot it?
Of course he's gonna shoot it. It's
No, he's gonna use the forceps.
unbelievable.
What? Why?
Keys come off the chain.
If you can listen. If you can break that chain with forceps, you can pull it with your fingers.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pull it apart, you just twist it. Just a little bit. You wouldn't even if you needed a little extra something, just use the muzzle of your gun.
Or like
Literally.
break it against the bed that it's
Yeah, just twist it. You could just
use any object and then just hit it with your shoe and it's fine. Thank you, hospital wall. We can get to the courtyard now. I'm scared of the prospect of going to the courtyard.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. Hey? I don't want to go there. No!
Ah, you're going, boy.
I don't want to go here.
That door's broken. Wait, what are we doing in the fucking courtyard? Can we could go from the other side, right? But why?
No, I don't. No, we
I
could.
meant the other building, like right back at the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
That guy better not go back up. So that's too quick.
He's up. I'm gonna die.
Don't die.
I'm gonna die.
Don't do it. It's really bad here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Does that door lead to the courtyard? No.
I don't think so.
The one right behind you.
No, because
It's red,
No.
but does red mean broken or just locked? Yeah, but use key.
Okay. Okay, but
I think we don't have enough bullets to kill the next spider that comes at us. I think we only have one.
No, don't shout!
They've already seen us. Just run. Ah!
I'm
It's nudging you.
trying!
I'm sorry, I'm scared. Oh!
I saw it! I saw a hole! No!
Get out of the way of the fucking hole.
Piss and shit. Piss and shit.
Okay, stay there and don't follow us. Thank you. Yeah, you think about what you've done.
Holy fuck.
Glad you turned around and stopped following you instead of pushing you down the ladder and killing you instantly.
Right?
Thank you for that, guy.
Oh. Oh.
Huh?
Oh no, it's Mina, actually. It's leg long nipple face.
Not leg long nipple face.
Is that not what that is?
Horrible.
Excuse me.
Do we have to get the glasses?
Probably. Sir.
You have to get out of the way, friend.
Sir.
Looking ankles.
she not gonna come out? She's not gonna come out, is she?
We just have to dodge her in the
very
corridor.
narrow corridor.
Yeah,
she's right there.
Ma'am? Please? Do you mind? This would be easier if we had bullets.
I bet it didn't checkpoint at any point either.
Tamon! You got booped once on the back.
He has been tackled a lot, though.
That's true. I think that'd be...
Okay.
Oh, do we have bullets? Okay,
Barely.
it's when we had the 2 spare, we have 8 bullets.
I
We
saved
can't
all of them for Lady.
really shoot anyone on the way. It's fine, because we can just dodge them, because we're very good at video game.
You were saying?
Don't worry about it. He just nudged your chin once. It's fine. Tamon can take that. He's very strong. He's a strong man.
I'm worried about Tamon.
Oh no, I didn't think they could come in here.
I'm worried about Tamon.
I've never been worried about Tamon. Tamon is fine. There's no need to worry.
I'm incredibly worried about
Yeah,
Tamon.
now we can go down and it's fine. And the cat hers, because we're getting on the ladder. They have to stop. You have to stop. We're on the ladder. You have to definitely have their heads on backwards.
Ah! I hate it!
She have the glasses on her, or?
They're on the table. I was trying to not have to walk through her.
Okay.
But they're here.
Yoriko.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was a tough one.
it was. Okay, we'll watch
But new
this.
K cutscene.
We'll watch this. We'll save. And then I think it's 20 minutes time.
Yeah, I think so.
Holy shit. What is happening?
The serpent.
Katie, you know what's happening here. Could check
You know
some of the weird nonsense we have in the archive.
That is true. It's been a minute since we've done that. Okay, hold on. Let's save.
I didn't want to push that because I know you've been enjoying the 20 minutes de-stress session at the end, but
No, but we still have time to look over stuff and do some 20 minutes. This is fine. I think the last time we hadn't really collected a bunch of new stuff anyway.
which
So we
one's
have
now?
loads now. She's the lady with the hair
Oh,
who can hide behind fences and no one can see her.
we've done this one.
It's this one again.
It's fully done though, so we don't need to worry about it.
It's true. Alright, archive. Let's see. Morning edition: torrential rains and landscapes bring disaster to Mizumi District. 48 homes have been flooded with numerous other buildings damaged in landslides. 3 people have been reported missing and the chances of finding survivors look bleak. Oh my god, sorry.
Have you considered just not having hiccups anymore?
You know what? Listen.
You just stop doing that, right?
I wish. We've read some of these. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
we have.
saved.
It
We didn't.
should, but I think you have to save after, and we've been doing it
Yeah.
at the end, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
So next time,
Look at
I'll
that
try and
beautiful lad.
I'll try to remember to mark everything off. It's very hard to say anything. Dearest Risa, how are you? I'm doing pretty well. You sounded kind of down the last time we talked on the phone, but are you feeling better now? Mom and Dad are both worried about you. I haven't told them about you quitting your job yet, but they'll probably hear about it. Sooner or later. All the other kids working in Tokyo are going to come home for summer vacation, you know. You should come home and visit us too. Actually, there's someone I'd like to introduce you to. Hope to hear from you soon. Love, Mina. 2 very lucky readers will receive... Oh, this is Naoko. She's a... Okay. Oh. I understand. She's a famous lady. We read that one. Old medallion made of oxidized silver. An elaborate engraving of the mana cross adorns its center. Although almost worn smooth, the name Takeuchi is faintly visible.
I think everyone you... So we don't know about the one you started as, right?
Yeah, but
Kay
everyone
seems
else
to know what's going on. Takeuchi was born here. Risa's sister lived here.
Well, Risa's whole family's lived here, right?
Yeah. The hunter lived here.
Everyone has some sort of direct connection with, which makes sense. Otherwise, why would they be here? But we do still have to figure out why boy from the very beginning was here. What's his deal? Why is he here?
And why they all were called back here at the same time. I'm not sure it's because of the film we watched earlier.
Little bit of A, little bit of B. Consider. We've read the land ordinance. We've done the chaos of end of time.
I've seen that one.
Oh, it's Kyoya is his name. Kyoya.
Why are you here, Kyoya?
Alright, what's your deal? What's your thing? We've looked at the parish directory. We've looked at this one. Series of self-published writings by a local historian. This volume recounts the history of the Kayshurrs, a prominent family in Hanuda. Author is Omihito Takeuchi of Hanuda, Misumi District, published in 1971. Until post-World War II, agricultural land reforms lowered their status. The Kayshurrs were the wealthiest and the most powerful landowners in the village of Hanuda. A study of ancient texts reveals accounts of their ancestors settling this area during the reign of Emperor Temu, circa late 7th century AD. There are several accounts as to how the Kayshurrs came to prosper. Some say that their acceptance of a god from distant shores granted them its blessings, while others maintain that, cursed by the new god, they gained its good graces through dutiful worship. Those of the Kayshurr clan are all long-lived, and periodically, one with the ability to see visions is born. This is considered a holy sign, and the member receives special treatment. Okay. Got the commemorative group photo. Diary formatted notebook of a brand that has been a favorite among children since 1970. On the cover is a picture of an antelope, the brand's logo. July 5th, weather sunny! Right at dusk I saw a small glowing light flying above Gojaku Peak. It's strange, I saw it so clearly, but my friend didn't seem to notice it at all. Planning to go to Gojaku Peak tomorrow after school to investigate. And they were never heard from ever again.
I think we saw that last time, but didn't realize it could open it. I didn't know you could open book and
That
read the
sounds
words inside.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm incredibly illiterate. I don't know nothing.
I didn't see it either. Most of them have like a little arrow in the book. It's tiny arrow. And it always ends on like the end of a sentence.
Right?
Even when there's another page.
You just think, alright, that's it.
This is a weird one.
Right? This is the legend of a woman who lived for 800 years because she ate the flesh of a merman said to give everlasting life. The woman remained forever young, never losing her beauty, and wandered the land dressed as a nun. Records recounting similar legends have been found in various parts of Japan. Hey, is that nun lady that we've met? Hey, consider, is that nun lady? Also, mermen, sirens. Siren has multiple meanings.
It's true.
See, I went into this game with the with the title Siren in mind, thinking that it was going to be some like mermaid kind of thing, and then they just played sirens instead, and I was like, oh, that's not a thing. And then we found that mermaid statue, and now we're talking about
that's true.
mermen, and I'm like, yo, hey,
Both Siren.
what if it's a dual meaning kind of a situation? I think we read this one. If we both think it, then it's true. Also, this picture of Tammin. Anime doodles of Tammin.
Small anime Tammin. Smooth anime boy Tammin. Takeuchi.
Love him. Alright, we've got a statue carved in relief with a male and female figure. Daosojin statues are usually placed at the borders of towns because they are believed to ward off sickness and evil spirits. The mana cross has been carved into the statue, again reflecting Hanuta's unique blend of religious beliefs. Great. Library checkout card, Hanuta Elementary School Library, shelf number 386, Book of Hanuta Folktales, last borrowed by Namiko Yoshikawa, Hanuta Elementary School Library. The rest is illegible. Wonder what it could say. Got Yoriko, whose major is in Folklore Cultural Anthropology Department. Listen, if you are majoring in folklore, why the fuck are you drinking blood water? You should know better!
Ridiculous. She is
Also,
just...
the inside of
She's
her
too tired to listen to anyone ever in any of the classes, and she just draws anime pictures of... Why? Why she got a picture of Tammin in a wallet?
She loves Tammin. She loves him.
She's just did that class because she loves Tammin. That's why she's
Yes.
drinking blood water. She didn't listen to anything Tammin has ever said.
She was too busy just staring at him. This is
She's
horrible.
looking at Tammin.
This is horrible. We can only conclude that it is the energy from exploding molecules in parallel dimensions that is creating the geometrically perfect mystery circle in ours. Similarly, the fact that powerful residual thoughts manifest themselves in our dimension as oracles and prophecies is already well established. Furthermore, we have obtained top secret files which confirm that contact has officially been made through channeling on 3 separate occasions, although a major cover-up has kept this truth from the public. These messages from another dimension are surely ultimatums from a superhuman pan-dimensional being. Time is ripe for the doors of truth to be thrown wide open.
I think some of these might be weird red herrings.
What are you talking about? Of course it's trans-dimensional.
I was thinking that before, and that one was...
Kind of solidified it for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I trust in the parallel
It's going in
dimension.
so many different just weird stuff happening in so many different directions from these archive items.
Right? Tammin Takeuchi's research notes the fact that the people of this village in the middle of the mountains should worship Hiriko, the seafaring god, is extremely interesting. How did the worship of a god usually favored by peoples of the sea take root here, I wonder? There's lots of mentions of the sea. The idol, made out of a doll and fish bones, is surrounded by junk on the altar. It is said that in the past, the villagers of Hanuta used the fish as a symbol for worship to avoid religious persecutions. Hi, Mervek. Siren is wild. Siren is a ridiculous, ridiculous, wild, wacky game, and it's fine and cool. But I'm glad you've been popping back in. Hey, friend. We've got a set of scriptures native to Hanuta. This volume describes the story of a gigantic sea serpent. The giant serpent, oh ye that resides in the deep, dark depths of the sea. The embodiment of chaos and strife! A fell swoop of thy large and mighty tail shall release a brilliance to cloud even the heavens. Great. Okay, well.
It's definitely something going on with Where do they get all the like weird fish bones if they're in the mountains and they only have a river?
I mean, you can get fish from river.
Yeah, but not like big fish, right? I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
there's some big fish in rivers.
No, it's not. Wouldn't fit.
No. Oh, okay. Listen here. Yeah. So Siren is an old PS2 game. I'm sorry you didn't have a PlayStation growing up. That was like the only system I had as a kid.
PS2 were really good. I loved my
yeah.
PS2.
Yeah, I definitely spoiled people with PlayStation 2s. Spoiled for the kinds of games that they had. That's fair. My friends that I had growing up had like Nintendos and stuff like that, but I only had a PlayStation.
I had a friend with a GameCube, so I had the best of both worlds. I could play Time Splitters 2. Actually, that were also on the GameCube. Never mind.
Joke's on you. Hold on, I'm trying to open up 20 minutes so we can do our usual cooldown nonsense.
20 minutes de-stress.
Yeah. I mean, the end of this session wasn't as stressful and horrible as the last couple have been. Still wouldn't recommend anyone ever play Siren. Don't ever play Siren. Just watch someone play Siren.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I like being stressed out and on edge all the time while I'm playing video games. Let me be stressed out and on edge while I play video games for you.
I'm loving just how horrible the atmosphere in the indoor levels is.
It's so good. Like,
Just maybe getting bad faster indoors, or maybe just like everyone's forced indoors on the second day, so all the missions take place there, and that's when everything's really bad.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. It's not great, basically, is what we're getting at.
Oh, it's real bad there. The screaming backwards head man.
Yeah, not ideal. Let's go shotgun with Shanna. Yeah, no, it's a cool game. I still like it, but oh boy.
Oof.
Yeah. Bleed steel double damage. Is this why I got fucked in the end on that last run? That would
Could
make
have been.
sense. That makes sense.
That could have been it. Oh, you starting on half health now as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Just
of course.
too good at bonus. You gotta.
Right?
Especially when you heal every 4 levels, it's like, well, as long as I don't take damage early, I'll be on that
Right?
on full health anyway.
We'll be fine.
By the time I get hit.
We're fine.
Yeah,
I
just never have to worry about anything.
Right? It's gonna be great, actually. Should probably start focusing on getting summons, though, rather than dealing with literally anything else. Yeah, no. Siren's still a cool game. Don't play it. It's bad. It's good, bad game.
This game's 20 minutes till dawn. It slaps, and it is
update.
£3 on Steam. It's $3 in it. It's like £2 and 10 pence.
Yeah, it's $2.99 in the States, which means it's cheap everywhere. Just buy it. It's good.
It's early access, and it is so good.
It's already so
like, there's
very
already
good.
so much stuff.
Right. It's just a dual stick shooter. You got 20 minutes to finish a round. And just more enemies show up as the game progresses.
Yeah,
It's
like every minute it gets significantly harder.
Yeah.
But you upgrade from killing enemies.
Yeah. It's a good game. I like it. And it's kind of what we've been doing after we've done a majority, like almost 3+ hours of Siren. It's a very good way to just kind of chill out and stop being, you know, feeling horrible about everything. So we love donuts, and we love things being the price of donuts. 20 minutes till dawn is very good.
You get as much enjoyment out of the game as you did the donut. Depends how good a donut it was, but the game does slap.
It's very good and incredibly simple, but fun and
if you play like, it does feel like an old Flash game, but like in the best way. Like, it's familiar and also there's so much content. Like, I think that's why the charge so little for it is like the thought. Well, people think it's just old Flash games. You get the nostalgia from that, but also
it's very
yeah,
good.
just
It's
so much
incredibly
fun.
polished.
And it looks cool and it
already.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
Lots of different characters, and they all kind of do their own thing. And there's lots of different weapons, and
They're all
different
very
upgrades
good.
are good or bad for the different weapons.
Nah, it's a good game. And I do think that you would get more enjoyment out of.
Yeah,
out
it'll
of
last
this.
longer than the donut, definitely. But if you were an absolutely amazing donut, I can't promise that you'll like it more than the donut. Donuts are very good, and I'm not willing to put myself on the line like that.
I will,
Okay.
because the game lasts longer than a donut. Even a real good donut, it is therefore better than the donut.
Mm.
I'll say it.
It's like a life-changing donut, though.
I have yet to come across a life-changing donut, and believe you me, I have eaten my fair share of donuts.
Okay.
Look, I'm not saying that donuts are bad or that they're worse than this game, but I'm saying that the overall enjoyment of this game is better than a single donut.
I think we've both got, like, a lot of plates, like, way more than $3 worth of game in this game.
Let me double check right quick. I'm already at 20 hours. I'm at 20 hours in this game.
I didn't have Steam up, I'm opening it now.
I think last we knew you had 30 plus hours, but that was just the first week, I think?
I did do everything on Ascension 15.
Fruity has 100%ed properly this game, except you still haven't gotten Threg. Threg has not occurred yet.
Haven't done Threg.
Thrive is very
Lion
good.
did Threg on his stream.
Are you shitting me?
He Thregged.
Oh my god, was it beautiful? How gorgeous was it?
Beautiful. But one of us needs to be like
Yeah, it's true.
a real person, not a random streamer who probably did. Yeah, I got 31 hours, that's fine.
Nice.
I had 50
nice.
hours on Super R, that's...
Oh my god, that's too many
I'm
hours.
sorry.
I mean, we're still gonna try and convince you, Murbeck. I guess it's less
We have been trying to
convincing.
show this game because it's so good.
It's so good. It's mostly just like
so cheap, but we just want everyone to
Right.
play it so we can talk about it.
it's delightful and wonderful, and that's not my 3. That's not my 3-1. This is horrible. Oh.
Oh, the egg showed up as well.
Yeah, it did, but it was 40% experience, which is great, and I love it, but it's not Threg. It's not even Trife. This is terrible and sad.
It does seem like we're going for Vampire Survivors, but I do
Yeah.
think it's a lot better than Vampire Survivors. It just keeps you more,
Engaged.
more engaged. It's heckin' hard. It's Vampire Survivors, especially before you've got the upgrades. The like
See, I
permanent upgrades unlocked.
I haven't played Vampire Survivors. Everyone kept talking about it, but I think I was busy with other video games at the time, and then this came out, and it's like, well, why would I play Vampire Survivors when I could just play 20 minutes?
You do have to aim your gun and stuff in this. if that's a deal breaker, then.
Nah.
Nice.
Then you're gonna love this dang game. Let me tell ya. It's
It's
sad
like
only
you-
seeing one side. Sorry.
Unlike Vampire Survivors, it is like chaotic, and you can make it like you can make there be so much stuff on the screen that you can't tell what's going on. But you kind
Yeah.
of have to try and do that on purpose. Like you know when that's going to occur. Not just a normal run.
You can see yourself setting it up that way.
Yeah,
and you
you'll
can choose to
definitely
not
do it because it's funny, but also it's not the default.
It's very good. Oh god. That was too close. That was far too close.
Hopefully you'll like it then. Vampire Survivors is good, but
It's no
I
20
did
minutes.
eventually stop 100%ing Vampire Survivors when they kept adding new bits to it.
He said, I've 100%ed this too many times. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say all bad about Vampire Survivors because I did 100% it like 40 times, but time 41 I was like, nope, I'm done, I'm out.
I do remember the number of messages where you would tell me that you'd 100%ed Vampire Survivors again, and it's like, hey, do you want to play a different game? Have you considered that other games exist? I can't say shit. That's how I play video games, though. No judgments. I see that heart back there. You cannot hide it from me.
Here's the thing that didn't really happen in Vampire Survivors. This enemy has like mechanics. They have an attack that they use to close the distance on you. Now who's Vampire Survivors?
Okay, okay.
They're not just a lad blob that gets closer to you over time.
It has been a very long time since I have not killed him before the barrier drop. That was terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of worrying. I always worry I'm gonna get, like, if I've got really low damage, because then the health does get really high on the later
Yeah.
difficulties. Like, I'm always worried I'm gonna have to fight him and the goop boss at the same time, and there'll just be no space left on the screen.
I am. Oh no, my reload rate is garbage. Oh, I have fucked myself.
You got good daggers.
Yeah, but I need better reload. Okay, I guess we'll do this. We'll do this for now.
Vampire Survivors does get very relaxing. Also, I do think the 30 minutes for Vampire Survivors is just a little bit long, and the 20 minutes is like is perfect.
It's the good medium number.
Yeah, just a couple less minutes. I think Vampire Survivors needed just a couple less minutes.
Oh no. Oh, this is... Sorry, this is bad. I've done this bad. No! Okay, it's fine, actually.
There is like a turbo mode on this as well that goes even faster. I'm not sure how long that is. It's probably 10 minutes, but like 20 minutes seems fine, so I've never felt the need to...
I was gonna say, I think the turbo mode is 10 minutes. It goes back to like what it was doing with the demo. I should get health, but...
I didn't know there were a 15-minute mode on Vampire Survivors. I didn't know they'd added that.
Now you know. This is horrible!
And you don't get killed by Dracula at the end. You just... You survived. Good job. You don't die if you win. It's great. You are doing a lot of area.
He got too close and there was nowhere for me to go. It's fine. I was doing, like, if I got close enough to things, I could get rid of them. But
We needed the scythe then.
yeah, I had a scythe. I had a single scythe.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we had scythe. It wasn't going fast enough. We needed to turn the blender on. Triple scythe.
We can do one more. I know we got 10 minutes on stream, but you know, we can do one more.
You could kill him before if you edited the like game files. But I don't think that counts. If you can actually kill him now, then that's a change.
We can do a murder on a Dracula?
Well, he had like a bazillion health, like literally billions of hit points, and all the attacks do like 10 damage.
Oh jeez. Vampire Survivors, should I play it? Not on stream, but in general.
It's very cheap in it still, and it's fine. I think you don't need to if you play this. I don't know.
Okay.
This is my thing now, and I don't know if that'd be true for just everyone.
That's fair. I mean, I am completely content with 20 minutes.
Yeah. There is more stuff in Vampire Survivors, because it's been around longer. There's loads of characters.
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know. Just don't engage me anymore. I played for a bazillion hours, and now I'm done with it. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe
That's
if you get bored of this.
Yeah, if I get bored of this, then maybe we'll try Vampire Survivors at some point. Again, it wasn't necessarily necessarily that I was like, ugh, not this game or anything. It was just I had other games that I was playing at the time. And then when I got done with my other games, this was around, and so I was like, I guess this is the new thing now. This is it. I should go ahead and get Ghost Friend. Let's get Ghost Friend early.
I only have 35 hours on Vampire Survivors. I thought it'd be more.
Nope, just 35. That's
Yeah,
it.
I've still
You're
played
basically...
Vampire Survivors longer than I've played this, but I'm gonna keep playing this, and I really
only
like
by 4 hours. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, not that many more. Sure, that's like a few rounds, but it's not that many. Come on.
I also just like games with like ascension mods for difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I just think it's a cool system. Just keeps adding little things that make the game just a touch harder, and then you end up with it being ridiculous.
It's very good.
Slay the Spire does it better than anything else, but Slay the Spire is also like one of the best games just ever of all time.
Oh god.
Oh hey, Slay the Spire is my most played game on Steam. 327 hours.
Are we shocked? Is this a surprise? 'Cause I'm
I
not...
thought XCOM 2 was still my most played game on Steam.
Nah. Of course it's
Yeah, it
like
didn't really
Spire.
say a lot that it's my most played game on Steam because like XCOM 2 is my second most played, and it's like that game's okay. I don't hate it. I like the first one better. It's not great.
It's mostly like all the mods that you play through it, right?
Yeah, I just played it with loads of different mods.
There you go. Oh god. Okay, if I could do more damage now that we have Fusillade, that would be great. Consider?
Is it hard with shotgun now? Did they change shotgun?
I didn't think they did, but it's not going great. I have been having more difficulty with shotgun than I remember having.
Is it just because you've been playing with the new crossbow a lot, so you're used to having like really good single target damage?
I don't think so, because I haven't really been playing crossbow that much.
Okay.
Like, I did that round earlier, but I think that's the first time that I've done crossbow in a bit. So I don't know. It's weird. I think maybe I'm just being a little slower to respond to things than I normally am. That might be my issue.
Awesome.
Could also be that I'm not...
The end of a long stream. We've been through a lot.
Right? It also might be the range on it is so... Okay, why didn't you pick that up? Hey, I was like right next to that. Hey, game?
Game, you stolen my treasure chest. Where's my treasure chest?
Triple effect! Triple effect!
Come on, Egg. Then we gotta survive for 3 more minutes.
We can do that. Easy peasy. Thrag! Let's
Frag
go.
achieved. We just need
gotta
to
hatch
hatch
him.
the frag.
Oh my god. Oh my god! Alright, I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Yeah.
This is a real run now. We're taking it super serious. Let's go! It is time to achieve
Complete the prophecy. Said it couldn't be done.
Need to...
But here we are, thregging it up.
Not thregging, please.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No! I want my dragons to be very powerful when they come out. I saw that there was the vitality there, which I was very tempted for, but... I just need 2 more levels and then we'll get another heart.
Yeah.
And we are getting to the point where I should start getting heart drops as well. Yeah, because it's usually like right around this boss that you've reached your 1,500 enemy. Should be actually less than that because I've leveled it up so much, but... What? Ghost friend, but I think having something else doing damage to other enemies would be good too.
We want something on the field right now.
Yeah.
Rather than something that's going to help in the future.
Yeah. Shit. Ha! Okay. Still not ideal, but that gives us a moment to breathe.
Hydra and Stretch Redeem will have to occur after Thrag has been achieved.
Yeah, I can't do that right now.
Yeah, sorry. This is serious.
Actually, no, I can do it because we're leveling up.
Okay.
And maybe detensing a little bit would be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even any pressure. It's fine.
It's all fine.
Thrag, who cares about that even? It's fine. Either happens or he doesn't. Thrag is a binary choice.
I've done a good stretch. My body has cracked a lot. Let's get increased reload rate. Alright.
Reload rate's just very good on the shotgun because she spent so much time reloading.
Right. Okay. If boss could go away, that would be great. Shit. Piss. Oh god.
Everything's fine. We're fine.
No! No!
Are you like 20 seconds off?
I know. This is horrible. That is the closest to Thrag I've gotten, though. Fuck.
This character gets an upgrade where you get 3 of the next level up you get. And we've been trying to achieve triple dragon. But
Thrag,
it just never happens when you're looking for Thrag. You can never find Thrag.
It's horrible. Oh, we were so close, though. Start leveling things up again, though, even though I will always use this one. I will always use glass cannon. You cannot stop me.
I got Gungliff for like no reason, for some reason. I don't know what we're doing. But I was trying to use it with the grenade launcher the first time I'm playing with that. Hey! It's a bad idea.
It's bad, don't do
This
it,
means-
don't do it.
Every now and then you poop out a bomb. And it will hurt you if you stand near it.
Alright. Well, we've done the thing.
We have achieved. We've done the thing.
Done the thing. We've got through a lot of Siren. I am very happy with like the amount of progress that we end up doing in Siren when we play.
Yeah. It's just. It's tough as shit.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
really fucking hard.
It's very hard. Again, real cool, real interesting game. Don't play it. Don't ever play Siren. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. Watch these streams. Watch these VODs. It's fine. No one needs to play Siren. Now the VODs exist.
It's true. No one ever has to play Siren ever again. I have you covered. Let me suffer for you. Let's find someone to raid. We did talk about finding someone new, didn't we?
Yeah, we thought about it.
Yeah, let's see. Is anyone streaming 20 minutes till dawn? No. Oh, yeah, actually, lots of people are playing.
Nice.
There's a person named Piglet Clown who is a pansexual who is playing. So let's go.
Yeah, Nova.
Let's go hang on over there. Let's say
Let me
hi.
do red messages.
Yeah.
Me doing mod stuff.
Thank you, Fruity, for pulling up our
The first time ever, I remember.
Not the first time ever. You've remembered a few times.
At least 3 times I've remembered.
It's true. It's true. All right, let's go say hi to Piglet Clown. If you're gonna raid with us, there are our raid messages that our lovely mod and fellow streamer friend FruitySpruce has pulled up for us. First one is for anyone. It's got global emotes on it. Second one is for subs. That's the word I'm looking for. It looks like they are doing a grenade launcher run with Abby, but they're not using the special move. What are you doing? What are you doing? You fool!
He plays as Abby and shoots the gun.
Right? Pretty sure it's Abby. It might be Scarlet. It looks like Abby though. It looks like Abby though. Alright. We will see y'all next time. Have a good one. Gonna raid out. Goodbye, friends.